be right.
What was Socrates for that? It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at it.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit her with a little dirt, Elizabeth, that with a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the songs with the show, and till then, his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side flyer. Gucci the large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Nothing was ever as cute as could be. You can watch it on YouTube and view it for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody.
What's up, Frog Boy?
Leroy, top of the top. Happy Vice Shirt Friday to you.
Chili Peppers didn't go so well yesterday because Dallas got blowed out. Now,
yeah, what the hell was that?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm thinking of another team that was very similar to this one. But we had all the confidence in the world from the get-go in the style that they played. And with this team, we don't. And that is the Golden State Warriors. They shot the hell out of the three.
Yep.
They chucked up a whole bunch of threes. But they had that dude that was going to make them. They had two dudes at the time. And so we never, before that, jump shooting team couldn't win.
Yeah.
Right? But then the Golden State Warriors came along. Now we got the Boston Celtics, who shoot more threes than anybody in the league.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I think they make more also. But do you have the same level of confidence in them? Because we've seen them go absolutely cold shooting the three and get blown out. And we never really saw that from Golden State.
Yeah, they're definitely a live by the three, die by the three kind of team. The weird thing about them, though, is like you mentioned with the Golden State Warrior teams, you can count on Steph Curry, Dame,
or Clay.
Boston, and Boston.
Who
it's
do you
like
count on?
Porziņģis, like this is his first time doing something like this all playoffs. But if it's not him, it's Derek White. If it's not him, it's Al Horford.
It's not their stud.
Exactly. It's not that one guy who night in, night out is gonna have that.
I got one more for you.
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of Jaylen Brown than I am of Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've been saying that for a while. That dude's a dog.
Yep.
Right? He's all over the place. Tatum, it very rarely, like I've never seen a guy like when you a star like that, you don't get a foot from the rim and then kick it out for a three.
Yeah, very true.
And he does that. He doesn't necessarily take over a game. He's a bonus to the game.
Yeah. You know what's interesting though, as we're saying, and we're both in agreement, and I think a lot of people are in agreement, the lack of fingerprint Jayson Tatum has had on the playoffs. If you look at their postseason stats, he still is their leader in points, rebounds, and assists.
I know, which is crazy, right?
And I'm like, how the hell does this even happen?
Like quietly.
Yeah.
Like when LeBron did it,
you felt it.
You felt it. Right. Yeah. But even with him leading all those statistics.
Yep.
If I took him off the floor, I'd be more afraid of Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Is it his fault necessarily that they haven't necessarily been in that position where they've I guess needed a Jayson Tatum performance? I mean, there were moments.
I would look at it this way. Because there's so much talent, it gets lost.
Yep.
Right? Like, as big of a star as he is, it's one of the few times in at this stage in the finals where you say this, they can still win without Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
Right? And so even though he leads all these stats, you're still looking at this team and going, do they really need him? Does he really need to be that guy, that dude, that KD, that Steph Curry, that LeBron, that D Wade? Does he really need to be that dude?
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument. There's definitely an argument.
Right. So, yeah. And
I mean, but 16 points yesterday. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
come on.
Is it me? Or does Luka look tired already?
Well, Luka is the leader in minutes thus far for the playoffs. He's played the most minutes.
Right. Well, you don't play him very fast, so he can play more minutes.
I was gonna say we already have him problems with him playing both sides of the ball.
Did you make this mistake yesterday?
What happened?
White dude dribbling the ball down the court. You thought it was Luka and it was Kleber?
All the time. That happens to me all the time. When I watch like the Celtics or when I watch, I'm like, I don't know, this is intangible 1, intangible 2.
I was like, wow, Kleber is built just like Luka, maybe a little taller.
Yeah, it did catch my eye a couple times yesterday. This stat caught my eye this morning. I heard Stu God say this. Yesterday, while Luka was being covered by Al Horford, he went 1 for 8 and 0 for 4 from 3. 38-year-old Al Horford.
Well, because he can be something nobody else could be in front of Luka. Tall.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when Luka's
not fast.
And when Luka doesn't, you notice his threes were very flat. Like you remember the 3 he shot to win the game last week,
last series.
It looked like a teardrop, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
up and down, right? When you watch him yesterday, even his free throws, they were flat. That's usually an indication of you lost your legs. I'm like, but this is the first game.
And they had an adequate time to rest if you
right, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. And they made a point on TV that say, we gonna kill Luka's offense by making him play defense. And he kept switching till he was the primary defender.
Yeah, and one may look at the box score and say, well, he had 30 points. Did you really stop him? But I mean, he shot the ball 26 times,
Yeah, it wasn't his best. In fact, a lot of guys got near the rim and looked a little clumsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta wonder if any of that game 7, or I try to come up with the excuse of like how Dallas has fought more of their previous series, and I know Boston essentially, they swept Indiana, but those games were close. I can't even give the excuse that exhaustion on one end or emotional exhaustion on one end in comparison to the other. I feel like they both had enough time. Boston just came out and they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for Porzingis to be hitting 30 3-pointers, and I can't blame
him. Who was? Exactly. Stop. Who was?
We haven't seen it all playoffs.
Did you say, ooh, you know what? They got Porzingis back. They in trouble. Right?
I said that. Never once was I like, 20 points off the bench, easy for Porzingis.
With his first, think about this. That's the first game he's played outside of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. And I haven't been scared of Boston this entire postseason. I just don't believe in anything Boston.
I got to tell you.
Yesterday kind of scared
me. That's what I was
yesterday.
I was like, whoa. But again, they've looked so good shooting the 3. And then there have been times where they just look like hot garbage.
For sure. I mean, we saw that in the Miami series. The problem was we didn't have the offense to capitalize on their misses.
Well, remember, Miami broke a record in shooting 3s.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what our offense has essentially needed to defeat them in their home court.
To win a game.
Yeah, there's been times, though, where Boston has looked definitely beatable. And if it's not Miami or Indiana or Milwaukee.
It's all centered around that 3 because they never get a good feel of let's stop shooting this 3 and get to the rim.
Yeah.
By then, they're down 20.
Yep.
So we'll see. But again, like, I'm not going to analyze the first win at home or whatever, because it really doesn't. Now, if they put the wood on them in game 2, then come see me, because then I'm gonna have some questions, right?
Yeah, no, that's
right. If you lose 2 games by, like, that game they were up by 17 or 18 after the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's strange is I remember there was a point in the third quarter in which they brought it down to 7.
7 or 8. Yeah.
8, and then by the end of the quarter, it was already back up to 20. And I was like, this
exactly.
is that was their run. They lost it there. And another stat that I'm looking at here that's coming up on ESPN that I also heard this morning. Kyrie Irving is 0-11 in his last 11 games, including the playoffs versus the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't. Yesterday, 12 points, 6 of 19 field goals for Kyrie. Definitely didn't look comfortable. Boston has good defense for sure, but he just didn't. I think it was more of him just not being comfortable. And I'm not sure if it's that whole mental, because, he is a very mentally, emotionally connected.
I just think it was some good defense on him.
Yeah.
He had his spots. He got his spots. And again, Luka and Kyrie are 2 of the best shot makers or shot producers or creator of shots in the game, right? And they didn't make them, right? True. The fact that Luka had 29 shots and Kyrie had 24? So no, 20. He had in the 20s also.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
So you're talking about between the both of them,
19.
He had 19 shots.
Yeah, 0 for 5 from 3.
You talking about 40 plus shots, and they didn't even make 20 of them?
Yeah.
Right? So
about 45 shots amongst both of them, 18 makes.
Right. So that's not going to normally happen. If that continues, they're going to get blown out. Of course. That's your 2 best players. One of them got to, look, one of them got to have here. One of them can go 10 for 29 or 13 for 29. But the other one got to be 12 out of 20. The other one got to be efficient. They both can't be inefficient because you don't have anybody else. One of your stars has to be efficient if the other one is getting all the shots.
I think there's a glaring statistic here that, I'm not one to dissect a game based off the box score, but if I had to, I would definitely look at the assist numbers. I look at the entire team for the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody had more than 2 assists, and that was Kyrie. So that tells me it was a lot of one-on-one basketball. It was a lot of.
Well, they do a lot of that. That's Dallas's game. So,
I'm not close to like the numbers that they normally would put up. Like Luka, maybe he'll get like close to a triple double. He had 1 assist yesterday.
Right.
I mean that means you're not hitting shots,
or you're not moving the ball enough.
Yeah, correct.
That's because the one thing I say about Boston, they did have Dallas on their heels, moving the ball around and then getting open threes.
Yeah.
Even though I sometimes think, Jayson Tatum should take it himself, they do move the ball a lot and get open threes. Where they struggle is when they don't make them. And I like, that's never, they've proven me wrong so far, right? But that recipe has usually not won a championship. Just chuck up a bunch of threes.
Yep. As of now, it looks good, but live by the 3, die by the 3 for sure.
Exactly. They haven't.
Yeah, still waiting on them. Still waiting on that.
Still waiting. We'll stay now. Like they'll have one stinker, maybe even a couple.
Yeah.
Where they just don't shoot the ball well. And when they shoot the ball well, it's weird how basketball is, man. You making shots, your defense is unstoppable.
Yeah.
Right? You missing shots, then you have holes in your defense.
The Heat would talk about it all the time that their offense would dictate their defense, and that's when they get into trouble. But
Oh yeah,
it happens a lot.
well, when you score 80, just think how bad your defense is. Like, right?
These headlines were brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
We talked about yesterday's final matchup, but we're gonna spend some time during today's show previewing tomorrow's final matchup. That is a Stanley Cup final for your Florida Panthers. We're gonna hear from some of the main members of that team. Also, we have You're Dead to Me today. We have we got a Tickle Leroy's Fancy, and I got a lot of Bert Kreischer tickets to give away. I got no time for people to ruin any segments, so we're gonna give them normally based off of phone calls. So continue to listen in for those. Also, Dono was supposed to be here today. Dono is out. He's got some things going on.
You think you would go share that with the rest of us?
Well, hey, Dono's out, by the way. I don't know if you
know. like why me and JFig the last to know? She put in the chat, Dono.
Dono's out. We were gonna play
at the end of the first segment. Oh yeah, by the way, guys,
not sure if you noticed it. We were gonna play in honor of his son's graduation. Are you smarter than a first grader? But now at this point, it wouldn't necessarily make sense because there's no first grade reference here. So we may substitute it for finals trivia, or we may just say, forget it, dude. We're committed to the Are You Smarter Than a First Grader? So,
I would hate to.
Yeah,
I have questions.
Just looking at some of the questions, I don't know if I'm smarter than a first grader, dude. But
really?
We'll find out that and more. I got some pieces of audio I want Leroy's opinion on. So we got a jam-packed show.
Hey, wait, can I just say this?
Yeah.
That random text for Tobin.
Yeah, what?
I don't understand it.
Can you leave us alone? He's harassing.
He sent a text. He said, "Woo! Mike McDaniel box Leroy, and I can't wait till Monday." I'm like,
what? What? And I'm trying to know. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Are you breaking down film on on Thursday night? Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This guy's got deep mental issues that I'm sure he's foaming at the mouth to get back on air Monday. We'll be back at full strength Monday. Tobin returns from vacation. We'll have time to dissect game 1 of the Stanley Cup final and much, much more. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We got much more show right here on Tobin and Leroy.
Got what you
What you know about that, Leroy? That's before your time.
I said hip hop, a hip it, and a hip hop, you don't stop, a rocket to the bang bang boogie, say jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie beat. What you talking about? This is the original rap song.
Yeah.
Some intangibles would say that Blondie was the first one to rap in an actual song.
Really?
But, yes.
That's like a trivia. People know that.
Only for white
rap
folks.
Song. Let me see. Rapture, Blondie.
Yep. See?
Rapture is a combination of new wave, disco, and hip hop with a rap section. All right. You know what? This is our homework. We have to listen to the rap part of Rapture today before it's over.
But that's the OG. And let me tell you.
Yes.
So as a kid, we ain't have CDs. We had 8 tracks wasn't there yet.
Jeez.
You had these
8 tracks.
You had these extended LPs, right? So it looked like an album, but it was just one song.
Okay.
So the little beat, the intro,
yep,
that was like 3.5 minutes before anybody said anything.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
You're there like any minute now. He's
any minute now.
Here it comes.
Look, and this is how you be like double dutch. I say not yet. I say not yet.
Almost there.
Yeah, almost there. Yeah. Come on,
Nice.
man. Like you can't get me with that.
That was before your time, Leroy.
That's the OG. Back more with Curtis Blow. Yeah.
I do a pretty good impression of old school 80s rappers. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I was walking down the street with my friend.
Yeah, wait. No. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The difference between old school rap and today's rap, rappers be lying.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Now, back then, they were just telling a story about their life.
Yeah, I was at my friend's house and the dinner sucked. And I was like, I don't want to say that is very bad.
Yeah, right. But today, everybody got to flex. Everybody got to, I got this, I got that. Right. You know, I'm pimping out there. You know, I just smoked a pound of weed. Like, just, And then it was true story time.
Yep. It was truly a different art form then. And the ones who do it the best now have a way of maintaining realism in their raps and still being entertaining.
Like, you know what I always say about rappers and musicians?
Yeah.
You flexing don't make you a good rapper. We still listening to the music.
Yep.
So what you have to say, you can make it entertaining, but keep it real. You ever know some of the biggest thugs and rappers like 5'1"? Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? They're all little. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Emphasis on the lil, for sure.
Right. They tiny. Right? Like if LL Cool J never had to talk about how you
LL's big though, isn't he? Like,
yeah, he a big boy. He could play. He could play linebacker.
Well, and he played one of my favorite football movies of all time.
No,
you didn't like it?
Come on, dude.
You didn't like Any Given Sunday? Come on, I thought that was it was like the dark side of the NFL.
Not really. Well, remember that show they had on ESPN that ESPN had to hurry up and get rid of.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look. I think
you don't like Any Given Sunday.
See, the thing about real football versus all that stuff is, I think the shows go too far with what players think of themselves, right? Like in all movies, the star is running his mouth talking trash about he the star.
Yeah, for
right.
Sure.
And it's really not.
There's a Terrell Owens in every locker room.
Right. Yeah. And that's really not the case.
Yeah.
But I think if you wanted to make a good football movie, right?
Yeah. Which
I think you need to show like how a football player's life is not that much different than somebody who works in an office, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that he probably has more pressure on him because you don't have, fans that been fans for 20 years look you at your job for success.
For sure. There's
Right?
no like 560 fans outside the window.
But as far as
Mad Dog was better.
Right. But as far as life, marriage, kids,
For sure.
real life situations, the title of your job don't exclude you from all those things.
True.
And for some reason, people think that athletes are exempt from everyday life. Guess what? If you own a house and something go wrong with your house, you got to deal with it.
We saw Tyreek Hill had a fire at his house last year.
Right. I had a situation where my basement flooded.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm like, hey, Bill, I don't know what to do, man. He said, call somebody. Like, I'm 20, 22, 23 years old. I ain't never had to deal with. I just, I got a little condo or something. I'm just living in it. I ain't know things could flood out.
No, I feel it.
So,
right. Makes sense.
So you have real life, like, and I wish that everybody did who told a story of an athlete or told, wrote a sports story would do a better job of like trying to get people to understand that the same things happen to these guys that happen to you on a daily basis. Your relationship could go bad. You could have to go through a divorce. You got players in every sport going through divorces. But the other thing is, fans still expect them to score 25.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I mean? Like
my parlay go through. I don't care what's going on.
It is to just see that, to see the angst on players going through real life stuff, loss in the family, kid gets sick, it like just to see that and then have people come at them like, I don't care. You just need to play football for me or basketball, right? It's tough, man. It is a tough thing. And I wish that there could be a kind of a movie to kind of show that like, hey, just because you play sports don't mean you excluded from the realities of life.
I think that's an excellent point, Leroy. I really do. And to refute what Dade South says in the chat, saying Marcos wouldn't want to give an extension to Willie Beeman, quarterback from Any Given Sunday, played by Jamie Foxx. He was very mobile. I would love to get
Wait, so now you want to be Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman was my guy.
Now, I will say this.
Yeah.
The one, like, what was the other movie with Adam Sandler? Longest Yard. The remake. That was a remake.
Yes, correct.
Because the first one,
Burt Reynolds, right?
Burt Reynolds, right?
Yeah. I like that.
But there were a couple of real football players in there.
Yes.
So, who's the Bob Sapp? I played with Bob Sapp.
Yeah, I think you mentioned.
And then you had Michael Irving.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you had like people don't realize Nelly got some skill.
I was gonna say Nelly looked pretty good at that.
He looked like, you can't just pick up anybody to run like that. That's when people get lost.
That's true.
Right.
Goldberg was in it. I know Goldberg had I feel like
Goldberg was the bad officer.
Yep, absolutely. Him and Stone Cold.
Yeah. Right. But like I remember we had
do you like that movie? Obviously, it's not necessarily realistic.
I don't. That is Any Given Sunday. What are you talking about?
Oh, Any Given Sunday was realistic, dude. It's realistic. What do you mean, man?
Like,
that's Miami football.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
I wish there is nothing that an athlete could tell a regular person about the realness of what goes on, because they will always resort to, well, look at how much money you make.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
And I will say this. I've had people that I played with and people that had extensive careers in NFL go through depression and go through real life stuff, but they ain't have nobody to help them deal with it, right? And worst case scenarios, right?
Yep.
And so while people think that that's the way people think, oh well, at least you making money, or at least you got money. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, so I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way where you could just tell the real side of it, not to get people's sympathy. People think you tell these stories for like sympathy or something like that. No, but just to let you know that, you know what? We ain't that much different with what we have to experience in life. My only problem is I experienced it blind, right? Yeah. So I'm experiencing real life stuff at age 22, right? When usually you get a little break for that. Hell, Fon's still here. He's 25. He ain't got to deal with that.
For sure.
I never had to pay for lights and stuff like that before.
Yeah.
Carbon. I mean, I remember I got a speeding ticket, had to go to jail, right? For 3 days for a speeding ticket.
Crazy.
And they go, well, what did you learn? You know, what was the lesson learned? I don't know, don't drive fast like that. Right? I said, listen, and here's where people got mad at me to say, oh, he's not mature. I said, I was 22 years old, my first car, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see what it could do. I wasn't drinking. I set my alarm for the middle of the night, right? And I got a ticket. So it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do.
What, you set your alarm?
But how smart should I be? Huh?
You set your alarm for the middle of the night to what, like avoid traffic?
Yeah. So it was just me on the road.
Hey, you know what?
But as a 22-year-old, that sounded pretty damn responsible.
As a 30-year-old, that sounds pretty responsible to me.
Right, but that's my thing. So when I got done with football, right?
Nice.
When I get done with football, and I'm realizing all these rules that I had to live by in my early 20s, and then I'm looking at all these grown-ass men acting a damn fool in the world, I'm like, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? So, like, it's like, wait a minute. What did they say? What would they say? Hey, you should be a beacon for young kids, and you should be a role model. And I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking like this. Let's be honest. All you parents that have a 22 or 23-year-old neighbor, would you trust them with your kid? Why in the hell you want a random guy? Right. And I'm like, it wasn't a matter of me like saying, if I could give, show kids that came from where I'm from the hood, if I could show them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I don't mind doing that. But don't tell me I got to.
Yeah.
Right? Don't tell me I got to, because I got to tell you, if we rounded up all the 22 and 23-year-olds just in my area, I don't know if you trust it with your kids?
No, not at all. I don't know. I got nieces and nephews and cousins. I'm like, what?
I had my first kid when I was 40, dude, and I wondered then if I was ready for it.
Yeah, I feel that.
But everybody else in the world told me I was ready for it when I was 22. 18 years later, when I actually had my own kid, I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope I don't screw this up. Yeah. Right?
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Everything is just terrified. You're just scared of everything, right? How much advice you get?
Oh,
like everybody. Oh yeah, I hate when people come by that done had 2 kids.
Oh yeah,
and like you just be no. You want to swaddle, you want to grip. I'm like,
See, you got those that are like overly help, and then you have the ones that forget that they had 2 kids, and they're kind of like, man, just come on over, bring the kid. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah,
it's a bachelor party. Bring the kid. What if he poops?
Or let me tell you, hey, or I'm gonna tell you the thing that was me was, I don't know, I couldn't let nobody babysit my baby.
Oh no, hey. I have a wedding I was supposed to go to that I was going to spend $5,000 so that I could participate in the wedding, be at the resort, but also fly my mother out, put her in a separate hotel to take care of my baby because I was bringing my baby with me. That's how little I trusted anyone to take care of my child.
Right.
Yeah,
I couldn't even concentrate, dude. You can't think.
Oh.
You can't think right because you always think how long we've been gone. What's that? Oh, it's feeding
Yeah.
time. I hope they feed. Let me go call and see
Yeah.
y'all feed baby yet? Okay. Like, yeah, man. So all these real life. Now imagine going through that while playing football.
Yep. And have someone saying, next time can you score because my fantasy team?
Yeah,
And you're like, "Sir."
yes. And you think about your baby at home, or you think about, and then what happens is some guys get insensitive to it.
Yeah.
Some guys get insensitive to childbirth and then they ain't around, right? And so then here's the kicker. Then society blasts them for not being around their kids.
Yep.
You
Even
know,
though they want them present on that field.
right? Like, man, it
It's
was
a rough dynamic, man. It's a rough
it
dynamic.
is. But I wish, and I don't like. Here's the thing. I understand everybody's role, right? I understand a fan. I understand a player. I understand an organization. I understand all these things that we sometimes only want the part, understand the part that involves us, that we benefit from, right? But I think to be fair to everybody, everybody should know everybody's story, everybody's situation. Like, I have the utmost respect for fans now, even though, like, I tell them, calm down, right?
No.
Because I'm watching games now as a fan. And even though I was a player, I still sometimes go where I probably shouldn't go, knowing what actually happened.
Yeah. When we come back, see if we have enough time to tickle Leroy's fancy. Hour 2. Make sure you're listening. Again, we're going to be giving away 3 pairs of Bert Kreischer tickets. So we got a lot on the show. Stick around right here on 560 WQAM. let us start, Leroy. Let us start tickling your fancy with number 1, the Florida Panthers. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final tomorrow.
Front and center.
Front and center. Our boy Leroy Horde, how will you be enjoying the game?
My fancy is tickled.
It starts at 8.
Yes.
So I probably won't be in the jacuzzi.
Okay, fair enough.
I will be all, I don't know what kind of snacks. That's kind of late. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I might have to have a beverage or two to get to, first of all, to calm me down.
Hockey.
Because hockey gets you, oh my goodness.
Anxiety indeed.
Yes. So I will watch every second of it.
Yeah.
But my fancy's tickled. I'm gonna be into it. It's right down the street.
My fancy is tickled.
Yes.
Thought about
nice.
going. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
And I'll ask y'all, hit me up in the chat too.
All right.
Would you go to the game even if it's a person you don't want to go with? Just to go to the game. See?
That is rough.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy the game. I want to be like, let's say, for example, I was in New York, for example, and it was like the Knicks versus whomever, and someone was like, hey, let's go. I've never been to Madison Square Garden. I don't care about the game. Sure, fine. But if I care about the game, I don't want to go with someone who I don't like, or who I'm like, I'd rather not go with, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Somebody said, wait, so you guys got no shame.
Why?
RBA Richard say there. He says if it's courtside, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got like y'all should know me better than y'all should know me by now.
So,
I don't care if it's game 7. Right?
Damn, a game 7 in person. This is Stanley Cup final, though.
If the company that I'm going with is not enjoyable, or because I'm not two-faced. So if I've had an issue with this person, right, and that person knows that, I ain't too fond of them.
Yeah.
And then I get invited, right? No.
Yeah, no, it's fair. That's fair.
Me and the person. It's a group of people. And I was feeling that they would, right?
Wait. There's a group of people now. Because there's buffers between you.
No, it don't matter.
But there's buffers though.
And then come on.
Stanley Cup final. What are we gonna make it to again?
Who you got? That's gonna be probably the only person you know there.
Okay. It's weird too then.
Right? And it's like I understand the game with me, right?
Yeah.
He wanted me to be his arm candy. Like he can look, I got a black friend, that kind of thing.
Oh, damn.
See what I'm saying? So I don't want to be. Damn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, you know what? You're better off just in the jacuzzi, just watching the game.
But here's the kicker though, and I will say this: I only go to games.
Yeah.
With people that I enjoy being with, because I enjoy the game more with every sport at home. See?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Best seat in the house. How could you ever deny that?
Yeah, I can do whatever. So that's it. I can drink as much as I want.
Yep.
Right? I can eat as much as I want.
Bathroom is
right there. Right?
AC, no AC, whatever I want.
Now, Will, there's one slight problem though.
What's the problem?
When nobody else in your house is a sports fan.
Yeah, that's true.
They tend to like, babe, check out the video I just sent you. Not now.
If you are interested in watching the game, the Panthers, or actually listening to the game, Panthers are in the Stanley Cup final.
Radio, right?
Game right here, home of the Panthers, AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HC2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yep.
See how I sneak those liners in there,
I
Leroy?
see that. I see that. What else we got going on this weekend? I know we got.
Well, we did talk about in almost to a nauseum the Celtics' amazing performance yesterday. Game 2 of the NBA Finals is also this weekend, Leroy. I'm not mistaken, that'll be Sunday. But before
Sunday, yes.
Is that something, Leroy, that tickles your fancy?
Yeah, I want to see how Dallas bounces back. But I will say this:
My fancy is
the
tickled.
fact that they say the series doesn't start until a road team wins, I would say if they lose both games by 20,
Yeah.
come see me because I'm gonna have questions.
Yeah, that's gonna put your bet at risk there, Leroy, or it's gonna increase the value depending on how far they get down, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fingers crossed though, because the last thing I would want is to see anything successful happen.
Somebody say Leroy is the person, Tobin. No, dude, that's my guy. Are you kidding me? We hang out all the time. I don't think people realize how much me and Tobin hang out.
Yeah, and it's the same thing off there too. Like this isn't a shtick of some sort that they.
No, we go at each right. I think people really don't really don't get. People really don't get that. You do realize we go to Vegas and we hang out for like 12 hours a day.
Yeah,
in Vegas, right? Yeah,
couldn't do that with someone you didn't like.
No, absolutely not.
Leroy, I got one last one before we go to break.
Okay.
Currently rated 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.8 on IMDb. Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Out of 10? 6.8 out of 10?
Yes, sir.
So it's slightly above average?
Slightly above average.
I got to tell you.
Yeah.
These two together
yes,
are entertaining. Right?
Indeed.
So yeah, I'm interested. I mean me and my daughter got we got to negotiate what movie we go see. We used to go to movies, so she wanted to go, and she likes scary movies, which I am not privy to. I can't have my baby girl seeing daddy in the movie theater screaming like a girl. So
yes, please.
Yeah, and I'm just not entertained by scary movies. They're not. It's not entertaining. So, yeah, I'm gonna kick the tires on that.
Tickled on that one.
My fancy,
because they're always good. They're always exciting, right?
Yeah,
so,
for sure. At the very least, it'll be entertainment.
So I wonder, is his son gonna play a role in it? Because Will Smith got a son now in the movie with the crazy girl.
With the crazy girl.
Yeah. Ooh, Stay Home and Watch Acolyte. Yeah, I was looking at that too. But I can watch that anytime.
When we come back, got some information out of the Dolphins camp. Preseason dates and times already announced for the NFL. So we got that and much more on the other side for Hour 2 coming up next on the program.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
To the program, ladies and gentlemen, Tobin and Leroy. Tobin out for the week, his final day of vacation today. He will be back. We will be back at full strength on Monday.
Yep.
We'll be here to dissect all that was. In the meantime, Leroy, let's get to some headlines. These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
We've been talking about the NBA Finals for the most part of the beginning half of the show. That's because the Celtics put on a dominant performance yesterday, beating the Dallas Mavericks in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, 107-89. Got some audio from that game. This is Luka Dončić, who himself had a pretty decent game, although wasn't as efficient and
wasn't very efficient. He had numbers, but not efficient. And one of his things is he didn't have any assists.
Yeah, no defense being played. Overall, the Mavericks were just outplayed altogether, and a big part of that was Kristaps Porziņģis' 20 points off the bench, including 2 for 4 from 3. It looked like he couldn't miss for a little bit. 21 minutes, 20 points. That's as efficient as it gets. Blocks.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 blocks. Rebounds.
6 rebounds, 3 blocks, only 1 turnover. This is Luka yesterday after the game speaking on Kristaps Porziņģis' dominant play.
Yeah, I mean, he was great for them. He was knocking out shots. He was blocking shots. So he was really, really huge for them on both ends of the floor.
Now, that was his first time.
You know he don't like Porziņģis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is in the same way everyone is painting this as Kyrie's revenge game against Boston.
No.
This is Porziņģis' chance to make good on a time that wasn't necessarily the highlight of his career, if you talk about his tenure in Dallas. Very injury riddled, and the departure there was weird. Then he spent.
In fact, a lot of people question why would Boston?
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
correct. It really was taking a flyer on him. And you know what? For the most part, they were pretty correct. He was injured. What the entire playoff run, he's been injured. Right. It just so happens they've made it far enough for him to make a return. But
correct.
You know, this season could have ended a different way, and people still would have had questions on whether or not he is the guy that can get it done. We mentioned that was his opportunity to rewrite his history. Kyrie Irving as well has an opportunity to rewrite his past. Not a great game for Kyrie Irving yesterday. He had, unfortunately, 12 points, and that's coming off of 19 shots. It was over 5.
He seemed like he turned the ball over a lot too for Kyrie.
Yeah, 3 turnovers for him. A
lot of steals and layups, right? They turned the ball over as a team, like just terrible turnovers.
Yeah, it was a lot of pick sixes too. It wasn't just like turn it over and then the offense sets up, defense sets up. A lot of those points were capitalized off of those turnovers for Dallas. For Boston. This is Kyrie Irving on TD Garden environment during Game 1 and how it felt to be back during this NBA Finals in Boston.
being in this environment, I'm used to it at this point. Early in my career, there was a different relationship that I had with Boston, just being able to come here, be settled with a veteran group. Now I'm here as the veteran. Over the past few years, just experiencing the playoffs here, even regular season, it's been the same thing. I thought it was going to be a little louder in here, but I'm expecting the same things going into game 2. Crowd trying to get me out of my element, my teammates out of my element. But again, the energy's got to be focused towards the game.
You see that he thought it'd be a little bit louder. Thought it'd be a little bit louder. Apparently, not loud enough for Kyrie. So,
What else? Look, that's how you give somebody credit.
Yeah.
While not giving them credit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
Leroy, can you do me the favor of getting me a weather report?
I sure can.
This weather report is brought to you by the Demesman and Dover law firm. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultation 24/7 at 866-954-MORE. What's it looking like, Leroy?
We got a light breeze coming out of the west.
All right. I like that. I'm liking that.
I would say it's 5 to 10. If it's 10 miles an hour, my eyes are bad. But it's not that. It's partly to mostly cloudy. So there's a collection of clouds, which means that you guys pay attention to maybe an evening shower or so. And it's got to be in the upper 80s, 85 to 90 degrees at this time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm looking at this weather here. For the most part, it mirrors a lot of what you said, except for one glaring difference.
What?
It says that it's currently 94.
What? At 11 o'clock in the... No, hell no.
That's what I'm saying. We are in bad shape if it's 94 degrees right now.
If it's 94 degrees at 11 o'clock, that means it's going to be 100.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for excessive heat as you have been these past couple weeks for sure. And Leroy is right, partly cloudy. We got chances of isolated thunderstorms a little bit.
It's crazy because I live about 2 miles south of 595.
Yes.
And Sunday, it was pouring to the point where I contemplated pulling over on my way home. And then when I made a left on 136 and headed down, it hadn't rained at my house.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, I'm not too far from you. I don't remember it raining.
No, I think it was just south. So it was like 595. But if you went to like Griffin, it wasn't raining.
And I'm right off Griffin. So that's why I was like, I don't recall it raining.
Right, exactly.
I got some news out of the NFL, Leroy.
What's up? Good news?
Well, I guess it depends how you take it. Just a television schedule.
Oh, okay.
We got an idea of when the preseason is going to begin.
So it's only 2 or 3 preseason games. I forgot. I know they took one away.
They did indeed. I do see here that we have the Hall of Fame game Thursday, August 1st.
Okay.
I guess they're counting that as preseason. No, okay, I see it here. So yeah, we have the Hall of Fame game, and then we have it looks like 3 weeks of preseason.
Okay, and then you get a week off, and then the regular season.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, which is weird because, like, I get it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it in case some bumps and bruises or whatever.
Yeah.
But could you imagine playing? I can't imagine playing that last preseason game and then having to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
That 2-week stretch, look, it's not like bye week. That 2-week stretch between the last preseason game and the regular season, and the championship games and the Super Bowl is excruciating.
Yeah, for sure.
Be all excited for football, and then you go take a break. We ain't even start yet.
Now that one towards the end of the season makes more sense to me. At this point, a lot of people are banged up.
I played where we alternated. So one year they had an extra week, and 1 year they didn't. And we've had 2 bye weeks in the season before. They tried that too. Now
that's happening this year too, as well, right?
I think so, but let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
You know what's terrible for 2 bye weeks? When your team sucks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when you're doing well. Also, I've heard people say though, like when you're on a streak, something that sucks as well as a bye week because it kind of snaps your momentum.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes. See, here's the thing about football.
Yeah.
You don't realize how hurt you are until you stop. Right?
Yeah.
So the soreness, the whatever, you just get into a routine and you just keep it going and you fight through it and you get through the bumps and bruises. Boom, game on Sunday. When you have that week off and you get some days off, you're like, wow, start walking with a little limp or something. So I like, unless you're banged up, you would rather keep going. Right
now for the Dolphins, if you're a Dolphin fan that's fiending for some preseason football, you're gonna have an opportunity to see a lot of football within a 14-day span. The Dolphins play 3 games in a 14-day span as they take on Atlanta on the 9th of August, which is a Friday, and then they turn around for Washington, which is that following Saturday, and then that following Friday they have Tampa at 7:30. So Atlanta, Washington, and Tampa. That's the 9th, 17th, and 23rd of August.
Who's going to be the best of those teams this year? I'm saying Atlanta.
I need to see what the quarterback situation is like in Washington, but what about Tampa Bay? Weren't they a playoff team last year?
Yeah, but they were in the.
Yeah,
somebody had to go.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Atlanta with Kirk Cousins now. And we'll see more or less if they were one piece away this entire time, or if Michael Penix Jr.'s career is going to start a little bit earlier than anticipated.
It's weird. It's an interesting dynamic with you not even having a healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
And the other one's injury prone that you brought in.
Yeah, for sure.
So
there's an interesting stretch of football though that I'm not sure if you guys covered yesterday. I saw this on a Bleacher Report Gridiron, their account. Essentially, there's going to be 30 straight days of football, Leroy. That is from December 19th to January 20th. There are 100. I'm sorry, not 100. I was going to say 100%, but essentially every day, starting from the 19th, Browns at Bengals. The 20th and 21st, college football playoff round 1. The 21st, Texans at Chiefs, Steelers at Ravens. The 22nd, 12 NFL games. The 23rd, Saints at Packers. Chiefs at Steelers, Ravens at Texans on Christmas Day. I guess Christmas Eve, is a day where there's no games. But at that point, you're getting game after game after game. And this trend kind of continues between the college football playoff and
there's 12 teams this year, right?
Yeah, I think there's 11 or like 11 games, or I don't know. There's a lot. Long story short, they've extended. Yeah, I think you're right. There is 12 teams. And it goes, like I said, from December 19th, that Browns and Bengals game, all the way to January 20th, the national championship. It's amazing. And the only thing that I'm forced to do is, unfortunately, talk to my family on December 24th. But other than that, I got football for an entire month in December. So that's going to be something to look forward to. The complete opposite of what
we ain't even talking about bowl season either.
Yeah, exactly. That's too the nitty gritty of the college football teams too. We're not dealing with FIU versus Turner Tech for all I know. We're dealing with actual playoff contention teams. So that's going to be a good stretch of football. Definitely looking forward
Wouldn't
to that.
Wouldn't it be something if Miami made the playoff their first year?
Look, hey,
they got a good chance. They got a chance.
We have a chance. We definitely have a chance. But
got a chance. The ACC is not like.
Yeah. Also, never won an ACC title though, so it's very hard. Very hard.
It's pretty amazing that the best team in the ACC didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Very strange. Very strange.
Very strange.
I got a weird story that I saw. The NFL is trying to go international. Got their first couple teams heading over to Brazil for a couple games. And there's a story that I picked up on that is very confusing as to if this story has any sort of truth to it. Why did the NFL send these teams? We'll find out about that and more when we come back on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by
go down. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that run, that this how we frown. Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that run, that this how we frown.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show live here on 560 WQAM. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Twitch.
I was watching something on TV. First of all,
yeah,
I was watching Twitter,
Yep.
and there was a anaconda crossing the street in Brazil,
Oh, perfect.
stopping traffic.
Yes.
It was massive, and
Yeah.
then there was a dude in court
Mhm.
selling weed to an undercover police officer, and he was trying to hit on her, and he said, "Girl, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal."
Oh, yeah. And then they're like reading it back, like, did you
Yeah.
in a bowl of oatmeal? And then it pans over to him, and he's like, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, but am I lying though? Interesting that you mentioned Brazil there. I actually was just going to talk about the NFL heading overseas to Brazil for the first time. Leroy, how do you feel about that?
Look, I'm all for it. It's all about expanding the league.
Yeah.
One of the things that I enjoyed in college, I got to go places I never went. So we played the University of Hawaii. You got some guys who say get drafted by a Southern team. They played in the SEC. They never go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that, you know, you get to it changes it up a little bit from the standpoint of, instead of being, you know, you're going 3 months, the same thing, home game, road game, you know, change it up a little bit. You know, guys go to London, guys go to Brazil, we go to Mexico now, right? The competition don't change, right?
Yeah.
You just get to experience different things in a different environment, right? The only thing about it is somebody losing a home game.
Now, there is a strange exception that must be made for these teams that are playing in Brazil. Josh Jacobs, who I'm not sure if you are familiar, recently got traded, or, you know, made a departure from his typical home in Las Vegas, to now he is a Green Bay Packer.
Ooh.
Now
that's a culture change.
That is definitely, and I think something that with Jordan Love beginning to come into his own, you know, I think it's going to be a perfect opportunity for them to take the next step. But no matter what, wherever they take that next step, if they do it in Brazil, they can't wear green, Leroy.
Why?
Now, the Eagles and Packers, both are teams that are going to be playing in Brazil. And the thing about it is both green teams cannot wear green.
Why can't they wear green?
Now, the game is going to take place in a stadium in the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Right.
This specific stadium is home to Corinthians, a Brazilian soccer club that owns the stadium where the Eagles and Packers will play. They have a strong rivalry with another club called Palmeiras.
Who's green?
Right. In comparison, it's just like a purple team playing at Lambeau Field. Now, this rivalry goes as far back as their first game taking place in 1917 and is ranked as the number 4th most hostile rivalry in sports.
Ooh.
With that being said, the team, the Corinthians, the home club, sports red, and like I mentioned, their rival, sports green. That has obviously bad blood written all over it. And if that wasn't enough, the color green also has a strong link to gang activity and gang violence in the area. So,
now, if I may, did anybody let the NFL know this before they sent 2 green teams over there?
Yeah, I agree. I just don't understand, why would they send the green team? Like, you know, I'm not sure necessarily.
So what are they
but
going to wear? I mean, they can't wear their green, but is Green Bay going to wear yellow?
That's going to be one of them has to wear yellow, the other one has to wear white.
Right.
Uh,
Or Philly wears black.
yeah, it's going to be have to some sort of mix. I just know that according to what I'm reading here, in that area,
Green is frowned upon.
It's frowned upon not only for apparently being the incorrect team, but also some sort of gang activity. So, with that being said, I'd not take my chances overseas in Brazil. But from an NFL standpoint, why put those teams then? Why exactly would you put those teams with the most green in their jerseys to play in that specific thing? Wow. But I guess it's just part of the ability or part of the initiative that the NFL is taking to grow the game. So I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll have some
what's weird?
Specifically designed for this game.
What's weird?
Yeah.
Has Dallas ever traveled?
Huh. Like a London game or anything like that?
Yeah. Green is on the Brazil flag.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's a big color over there specifically, but I guess for the stadium that they're in, should be wearing red, I guess. Have the Dallas Cowboys ever played an international game? That's probably the best way to look it up, right? I don't recall seeing them in London.
Right.
They played in just one international game in 2014 when they made the trip to London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, the Miami Dolphins should be heading to Brazil soon. Miami won't play those teams 2024. I think sometime soon Miami's going to find themselves in the same situation. Hopefully it won't be in the same stadium where we have to. Oh, maybe we'll whip out the orange jerseys. Damn, that'll be good. That would be dope.
When they don't have green in their jerseys.
Yeah, it's an aqua. I just don't want to upset the Brazilians, man. The Brazilians are crazy.
No, man. Let me explain something to you. People in other countries, they take that stuff serious.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Don't be going over there playing.
This is not something I'm trying to find out how serious they are at the very least.
Right.
When we come back, Leroy, time now for Mixed Bag.
All right.
Stick around when we come back. We got that and much more on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show. Live right here on 560 WQAM. Tobin out for the week on vacation, enjoying some time with his family as he should. Here today with JFig and Leroy. Dono out as well. Dono was supposed to be in, but handling some stuff on the home front. We wish him well, and we should expect him back soon. Leroy, who had been joining me the entire show, maybe has some sort of internet issue of some sort, so he quickly disconnected here. But that's fine. Nonetheless, as a radio professional that I am, I know how to get through these moments simply by crying my eyes out and waiting for someone to come rescue me. If that doesn't work, in the meantime, I do have a few announcements that I do have to get off my chest here, including a couple of the giveaways that we have lined up today. I have 3 pairs of tickets that I'll be giving away to see comedian Bert Kreischer in the Fully Loaded Comedy Festival at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm, June 15th. That's also featuring Bobby Lee, Big J Okerson, and more. Keep listening to our show for details on how you could win. This is a live nation show. Also, it's easy to keep up with our show and everything happening in sports. The Panthers in the Stanley Cup final, Dolphins, Heat, Inter Miami, Marlins, and more. Make sure you download the free Odyssey app and you can listen to us live or on demand. Be sure to make Tobin and Leroy your favorite show. Now, I was going to hit a mixed bag for Leroy when he was here. Unfortunately, our boy Leroy is out, potentially getting lunch, potentially saving his dog's teeth from being broken off yet again from hard ice, as we mentioned earlier this week. Yes, that is what we've resorted to discussing on the Tobin and Leroy Show during this pause in sports as we were eagerly awaiting the NBA Finals Game 1 and tomorrow Stanley Cup Finals Game 1, which should be a good one. We'll talk more about that in Cat Talk coming up next. Leroy has returned. Where'd you go, Leroy?
I don't know what happened. I guess the internet blinked.
Yeah.
And I went back to it and said something went wrong, and then you got to go through the whole process again.
Yeah, that's fair. Internet.
I think it has to do with, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
For reasons I can't explain.
Okay.
Our email goes to this Odyssey chat when
Yes.
people just want to chat.
Yep.
And it sends my internet crazy. I don't want to chat. Stop. I don't want to do all Odyssey chat. And
Note
it just
to self.
goes to it. Right.
Leave Leroy alone.
That's right. I don't want to chat with y'all.
All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get to whatever we can of a mixed bag. Leroy, this mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health, well into your future. Now I have a question, as I had mentioned.
As serious as cancer?
I have a question as serious as cancer. Is that that must be
It's a wrap. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I need to find out. Question as serious as cancer rap lyric. Was I supposed to know this? It ain't no joke. Oh, I ain't no joke. Eric B. Now, yeah, I got a question as serious as cancer. I remember. I remember. Okay, you know.
Hey,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you know some things, Leroy. You know some things. Did you guys discuss by any chance Mike McDaniel and his meaning of 24?
Yes.
Okay. So did you guys hear the audio of him saying it by any chance?
I don't recall. We can play it again.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this. This is Mike McDaniel's explanation of the significance of the number 24. And then I'm gonna ask you, Leroy, is this BS? Or as a person, a part of an organization from the inside, do you look at this like it's cute, but
I'm gonna break it down for you. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
We need to finish the season better. So you get what you emphasize. Well, why not find ways to emphasize finishing in everything you do? Obsess about it. Why not have for half the offseason you're trying to have staff meetings at different times during the day, and I had every staff meeting I put like at 7:24 or 3:24 or 5:24, like the number 24. Okay, to you guys, it means nothing. That's how many years it's been since the organization's won a playoff game. We are going to hear about that come playoff time. You think? To me, you do that to empower guys to know what's coming, to understand it, to not run from it. Because if you're going to achieve success where people are predicting failure, you're going to have to go above and beyond.
What do you think of that?
Now, let me explain something to you.
Yep.
Notice he said you're going to hear about it, so you might as well be aware of it.
Yep.
Right? I'm a big proponent of this. To bring a stat that hasn't happened in 24 years into his 25 is ridiculous. Right? But what Mike McDaniel has done is that he has informed all fans, media, whatever. We are aware. We're working on it. Shut the hell up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do see that.
But
we get it.
To put the weight of 24-year drought on kids that weren't even born is ridiculous. Right?
Very true. Very
Keep
true.
in mind this also. Until I was 18 years old, I was a Saints fan. Then I went to Michigan. So if I were to come to Miami and you hit me up when I get into town, hey, this team hasn't won a playoff game in 24 years, I'm going to look at you like,
the hell I got to do with me?
Right. But what Mike McDaniel has done is taken all that out of the equation by saying this. We are aware that it's taken that long to win the playoff game. And we are doing everything we can and efforting to win a playoff game. So you don't need to keep bringing it up. That's basically, just to, so, when I give you a perfect example. When something happens in the building and something goes offline, they always send an email saying, we are aware that the internet is down at the moment. We are working on it, right? They're basically saying, stop sending emails. We know. That's the same
concept.
Same concept. He understands.
Get a little bit annoyed. You don't get a little bit annoyed with, like, let's say you show up at 7:25 because that's like a normal person.
You won't.
Time.
You won't.
You won't. Okay.
You won't.
You'll make sure you're there at 24.
Yeah.
But but when you're there at 24, you're not like, oh man, it's just gonna be at 25.
Nope.
No, you buy in. Everyone buys in for the most part.
Everybody buys in. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'll take that.
Look, in most cases, you're there anyway.
Yeah.
So whether you start at 7:24 or 7:25, it's the point. Yeah. See, it sounds good to all the fans. Yeah. See, it sounds good to people like Tobin. But all you can do is what you can do to fix the situation right now. Right?
Yep.
And that is, hey, as long as I've been here, I never won a playoff game. I need to do something different. And that's basically what Mike McDaniel was saying. This is my third year here. We are aware of the issues that happened before we got here.
Yeah.
And we are going to do everything in our power to do something about it and correct it. You see what I mean? So and again, as a fan, right? And I understand it's been a long time since you won a playoff game. As a fan, what if I came to your job and blamed you for something that happened to me with your business before you got there? You know the first thing you're going to say?
What?
I just started.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So, like,
I don't really know.
And again, I'm just trying to keep it real. This is like, we know, right?
Yep.
Think about it. Think about the Browns. They were showing tape from the last time the Browns won a playoff game till a couple of years ago, and Bill Belichick was the coach. Think how long ago that was. You lost a team and got another team.
That's
right.
The Browns died and came back in the time that it took for them.
So should we blame Baker Mayfield for that? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Fans are frustrated. You haven't won a playoff game. But to then go at these players and ask them, hey, you realize we haven't won a playoff game in 24 years, and the guy goes, I'm 26.
Yeah.
For half my life, I've been a Chargers fan.
Yeah, for sure.
You gonna put that on me?
I was a baby, sir. I don't know what you want from me.
Right. So, I get what Mike McDaniel is doing.
Yeah.
And basically he's doing this. We are aware of what you're going through. We are efforting, and we're doing everything we can to fix it. We're going to pay attention to it. We're going to keep mentioning it. We're going to do it so you don't have to. But guess what? You can do all that. It ain't going to change one bit of what you do on that field.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. How are you going to play in December? Right? You think starting a meeting at 7:24 is going to matter in December when you trying to get to the playoffs and win the playoff game and vie for positioning in the playoffs? No. I think people should be smarter than that, to be honest with you. I think people should be smarter that Mike McDaniel doesn't have to do stuff like this to soothe you.
Now, we're about to get into cat talk. Before we do, I got one more from Mike McDaniel talking about the Cats and how their run in South Florida puts pressure on the Dolphins.
So it is a nice thing to have at home to watch, and we're all rooting for them and fired up, knowing how hard that is. And you appreciate that, and you try to take some of the tools that their team used to be the best version of the team. To be on the national stage, to be in the final pairing, there's great stuff from that. But pressure, if you don't feel the pressure, you are oblivious to reality.
Okay. I like the fact that he acknowledges, yes, there is pressure with other teams within the market doing well. And I love that he embraces it. So I'll give him credit.
Well, listen, the pressure to win, everybody understands that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want people to think that they're just going in, ho-hum, let me get my check. No.
Yeah.
These guys want to win. They've been competitors their whole life. They want to win. It sucks when you get to the end of the season and you lose like you lose. Right? It does. It hurts. I tell people this story. I lost more games my rookie year than I lost in college and high school put together. So I lost 6 years worth of football games in 1 year. That sucked. We're all competitors. We want to win. You want to do well. You want to win the Super Bowl. You watch these Super Bowls and see all the joy that these teams have and how the fans celebrate them. Everybody wants that. I don't understand why people don't think that these guys want that. When you play a game and it doesn't work out for you, you think that these guys just didn't care? That's why they lost? You know what the hardest thing for a fan to say?
What?
The other team was better.
No, it was the refs.
Right. It was always something, right? Yeah. You lost to the Super Bowl champs, right? Last year. And we complained about the cold and whatever.
It was very cold.
Meanwhile, those guys went on the road and beat who everybody thought was going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was an NFL script, though. You can't trust that. Taylor Swift.
See? There you go.
When we come back, we got some cat talk right now. The Stanley Cup Finals preparing for Game 1 tomorrow. Tomorrow, Media Day going on as we speak. I'm stalking David Dwork's Twitter. We're going to get all the updates from the gentlemen who are at the podium right now, Paul Maurice and Bill Zito. We hear from them and more when we come back with Cat Talk.
The #1 sports adjacent
mango passion fruit.
I'm not a big fan of passion fruit.
Okay. All right. Leroy, I actually have some secret information I probably should not be revealing, especially on the airwaves. But it involves Celsius, and it's from a inside man about an upcoming flavor. Now, you didn't hear this from me, and whoever may be listening, shut up. But word on the street is there may or may not be a variation of cola coming out in the Celsius flavor department.
I used to always drink the cola one. I like it.
I know. That's the reason why I wanted to let you know. But you're not a fan, and I'm not talking about a Celsius version, but in general, you're not a fan of like cherry Coke or cherry cola of any sort, are you?
I'll dabble.
Okay.
I'll dabble. I don't drink enough soda.
Yeah.
To like have a preference. I will only drink, rum and Coke. If I have a rum and Coke, if I'm feeling that or something like that, and I don't drink enough to drink. Put it this way.
Yes.
I've never had enough rum and Cokes to go through a whole soda.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Right. So now you saying, okay, let's add cherry. I'm like, Now I will say this. My people will mix liquor with anything.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you stumble upon some stuff though. That apple juice and Hennessy, not bad.
See what I'm saying?
Not bad. We're talking about sodas. That actually brings me to a point. I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this yesterday. You see that Pepsi got overtaken as the second soda. Coca-Cola is forever gonna reign supreme. But did you see that second place is no longer belongs to Pepsi?
Who is it? Chex?
No. Now this is something that I thought I disagree with wholeheartedly, but I guess numbers.
Some kind of seltzer?
According to reports, Coke remains the leading soda in America. The runner-up spot is now Dr. Pepper.
I gotta tell you.
You see
now, wait.
Yeah.
Me and Robert Smith used to have a bet every year.
All right.
A case of Dr. Pepper for me.
Yeah.
And because Robert is Robert and difficult, he wanted a damn case of Mr. Pibb.
Ugh.
Which is the same thing.
And where am I going to find you, dude?
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Exactly.
Plus, I feel like I'm giving you more flavors with the isn't there 23 flavors in Dr. Pepper? I've never really been a fan of Dr. Pepper. I don't understand quite how it got the second spot.
Dr. Pepper is delicious. That's why I got this right here.
Yeah.
Poppy. Dr. Pop. Doc Pop.
Oh, I almost didn't read what I was supposed to in regards to the Celsius that you were showing us earlier. That is because it is cat talk. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers. See what I love about drinks like this? And Coke and Pepsi products or whatever.
Yep.
You have a number of different flavors. You ain't got to like them all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so to people that say, "Oh, how can you say you don't like that?" I don't have to like all the Celsius. There's plenty of flavors that I love.
Yeah.
They got a number of flavors that you can kick the tires on and see if you like. Right?
Of course.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah,
variation. Right. Something for everybody. Stop making it sound like it ain't real if you say, "Ooh, I love all the flavors." No, you don't. Stop.
Nah.
The fact is, I tried this one. I kicked the tires on this one. I still like the strawberry watermelon the best.
Yeah.
Right? That green apple cherry.
Peach raspberry.
Peach raspberry. The peach raspberry is mostly peach.
Yeah.
Same thing with this one. This is mostly mango, but isn't passion fruit bitter? Kind of bitter, right?
In comparison to mango, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And then the thing I don't like about passion fruit is Why I don't like what do they call those things? Bobo teas,
Oh yes.
Baba tea, and that's what's in the middle of a passion fruit.
It looks like it, yeah, for
Right.
sure. Gelatin looking balls at the
Right.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, blue raspberry tastes like cotton candy. Yep. Dr. Toboggan, that's true. But like if I go and they don't have my flavor,
yeah.
I peruse all the flavors, I'm always gonna be able to get one I like. I decided to go on the wild side with this one. Mango. I love mango flavored stuff. Don't like mangoes. Right?
I know someone, I think it's Tobin, who was like allergic to the mango syrup on outside of the mangoes, but not the mango itself.
Man, look at Tobin. Tobin ain't allergic to no food. Right? Like that dude.
If he was, though, it'd be like salad or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody like, yeah.
Taking an eye on David Dwork's Twitter as I continue to find or attempt to find more bits and bytes from Media Day. This is from Paul Maurice. It says, I'm 30 years into this thing. I wouldn't mind winning one. I need to win one, is what he was quoted as saying.
Just nonchalant about it, right?
Yeah.
You could just picture him saying, look, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind winning one. Like, been here for a little bit for sure.
Yeah. You know what listen. Celsius, they need to make for my people, my brown skinned people. You need to make that purple, right?
Yeah.
Not that orchard grape.
No.
Right, the orchard grape.
I don't need grape.
Right?
I need purple.
I need purple. You know that purple tastes like that grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm at it with that. Yeah.
No, that definitely, there's a difference too. Don't try to.
Who JFig likes Mandarin marshmallow.
Really? That's like the creamsicle.
Creamsicle. That's what it tastes like, a creamsicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After 30 years, maybe this is the one that Paul Maurice is gonna get.
It's amazing. Can I just say this?
Yeah.
When you watch what Paul Maurice has done to this team over the last 2 years,
yeah,
and now how they have evolved and become the team that they've become. Are you shocked that this dude's been fired?
Yeah.
Right?
And I think like one of the first things that someone had mentioned when he was hired was like that he had like the most losses or something like that of all time. And
right.
You know,
that's what happens. Usually bad teams need a new coach.
For sure. And when you've been in the game for as long as he's been in the game,
right.
Like, you know, you're gonna come across these different things.
That's just like Cleveland running Bill Belichick out of town.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously that didn't work well for them. And I'd like to say Bill Belichick had a pretty decent career in Foxborough.
Yeah.
We got more coming out of Media Day. Bill Zito and Paul Maurice were the first two up. I believe they're finishing now if they aren't already, and I could be a bit delayed. But once they are officially done, then we'll begin hearing from a few players. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final is tomorrow.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Last
year we started in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Now we have home ice.
I don't even have to say this.
Yep.
But I'm gonna just mention it. When I watch these games on TV, Panther fans, y'all bringing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all bringing it. It's intense the whole game. You got me into it. I get excited hearing all that damn noise. So listen, it's for the chip. Y'all can't be messing around now. Y'all come correct. Come correct.
Who's gonna be banging the drum, you think, now that we're in the Stanley Cup finals? Who would be most worthy?
Man, I mean, they had what's his name? The UFC guy.
Usman.
Usman.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. He kicked my ass. Right. So like I ain't gonna say
I saw Zay Flowers was there. I'm not sure if he had a chance to bang the drum, but I know Zay Flowers was in the building recently.
Who should we have bang the drum?
How would you feel about
Brooks
Lamar
kept-
Jackson banging the drum? Ooh.
Lamar Jackson, local guy. D Wade.
Oh, D Wade. Yeah, now it's time to bring out the big
Now
guns.
it's on D Wade.
Yeah. D Wade.
Um,
Hell, if Pat or Spo are available, I'll take
Pat-
one of them.
Pat could do it.
Yeah.
It sucks that we only have Messi.
Right. I think he's a little busy in Argentina.
But you know what sucks? Oh, I think they already said Zoe is doing game 2.
Zoe?
Yeah.
Yes. Dang. And after the news of him being free,
But I think, listen, Messi,
yeah,
ooh, if Messi could do one.
that'd be one. That'd be one right there.
That would be one right there. It sucks that we can't find, like, didn't Levon do it one game?
Yeah, he did it. He did it recently.
Jason Taylor?
Oh, yeah. Jason Taylor would be a good one. Dwayne Wade would be a good one. Pat Riley.
We could get Zach Thomas. Come
Yep.
over from Texas. Come on and bang the drum.
Come on, man. Come bang the drums for the cat.
Messi. I'm calling
Messi's the
Messi.
one, though.
Messi got to do it. Woohoo!
He's not, though. You know he's in Argentina.
Somebody said Crowder in his fly tooth. So you go boom, boom, boom.
It sounds like they got a full drum set up there with Crowder.
I'm gonna go with D Wade, Messi.
Yeah,
Right?
I think those are definitely two of the top options there. If we can get that going, and you
It's
already
a
have
shame that we
Zoe
can't really
Security.
get anybody from current day baseball.
Yeah, I mean
Jazz,
maybe,
but
I
they
think-
playing every day, so
yeah. They actually play today. I was supposed to mention that a couple times at least, but Marlins sometimes get lost in the mix. They begin a 3-game series today against, I believe it is the what is the new Cleveland name? I forget what the Cleveland
Guardians?
baseball. The Guardians. There you go.
they're really good.
They are really good. Unfortunately, when I look at their record in comparison, the Marlins are 21-41, and then I look at the Guardians and they're 40-21. So essentially, they have the same record, just backwards. So, we'll look at
If you add the two together, they 500.
Very true. Actually, damn, quick math. This guy's good. I'm going to send us to break and maybe look at a few chili peppers to see if we can combine.
I'm all chili peppered out. I got all my chili peppers are lined up. I'm done. But
Drake has an interesting chili pepper. He has the Mavericks winning and the Oilers winning, and he combined them. And I'm like,
parlay.
I don't know about those Oilers, my friend. Good luck with that.
He's Canadian, so
yeah, but Edmonton though, like, come on now, like, it's just strange. Like, if I had a Canadian,
wait, wasn't Drake at a Boston game a couple years ago with when Boston played the Heat, and didn't he have
no, that was Jack Harlow.
Oh, that was Jack Harlow. Okay.
Jack Harlow, yeah.
Right. I was getting ready to say, wow.
Nah, that was Jack Harlow, but
I don't dislike, like, it's something about Boston, right?
I dislike Boston.
I don't know. I just think, like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. It's not.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes your soul knows before your brain does.
Yeah, but your soul is why you lose a lot of money. That's why Vegas always win, because people be betting with their soul.
That is true.
Right? Your heart ain't never got to bet right.
The heart of the cards, man. We'll be back with more after this. Later on in this hour, we'll be giving away the Bert Kreischer ticket, so be aware of that. And we are going to play NBA Finals trivia. JFig will be joining us for that. We got a competition ahead of us. Stay tuned on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, guys.
Top of the top. One of the things we haven't covered in our headlines that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention, definitely something that our boy Tobin would be. I'm not sure if he'd be boots on the ground for this necessarily at this point in his career, but definitely paying attention to. You guys know that there is a boxing match scheduled between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal, correct?
Oh, that's this weekend.
So it had been pushed back. It was originally supposed to be, I think, like the same day as like UFC or something like that, and they ended up pushing it back, and you know, smart idea to do so, seeing as you don't want to compete with any other major fighting sports. But finally, they've gotten to a point in which it's time now. July 6th. It's maybe about a month from now. But they're doing their their media tours, and there's no one who likes a media kerfuffle.
Oh my goodness. That is his like time to shine. Right?
That's his forte, right?
That's forget the fight.
Yeah.
He goes through all the pre-fight shenanigans.
Now, speaking of pre-fight shenanigans, yesterday there seemed to be some pre-fight shenanigans between the camp of Jorge Masvidal.
Always the camps.
Absolutely. And the camp of Nate Diaz. I believe one of them took a swing at Masvidal. We have one angle here that, as you can imagine, I'm going to have to keep on mute the entire time. But if you have an opportunity to join us on YouTube or Twitch, Miami 560 Let's break this down second by second. You see in the yellow shirt here, Jorge Masvidal in the middle there, right?
Right.
And then you see these two colorful dread-headed fellows who are not Nate Diaz, of course, in the front of this kerfuffle that's going on here. Now,
the dude with the hat. The dude with the hat is looking at him like, I know you're not about to swing.
Now, one little faint swing there, as you can see Masvidal's arm kind of going past the gentleman posted in front of him. One may say that is what was enough to instigate this entire kerfuffle. Let's watch a little bit more of it there. A response by the dread-headed individual, which leads to now a wide variety of pushing and shoving. Somehow Burgundy Shirt gets into this. My favorite part about this is
Burgundy Shirt.
Hey, let me say something.
Yeah.
Of all them guys around,
right?
Burgundy Shirt is the least likely to be getting into this kerfuffle. I have a feeling he's going to get knocked out.
Burgundy Shirt thought it was a mosh pit, and then he decided to enter.
Burgundy Shirt looks like he's way
all slick. You don't listen. When you comb your hair back and put gel in your hair, you don't mess with folks with dreads and braids, right?
Yeah.
That ain't your crowd.
To me, he looks like he's waiting on his cannolis to be finished, and in the meantime, he's just waiting on this fight. So again,
cannolis. Whoa!
No!
Oh yes, indeed. This Burgundy Shirt not looking good for him. Not looking very good for him.
He's still charging though.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see,
he pushed him back. I'm sorry, Burgundy Shirt
here involved, getting back into it. What's crazy is that during this entire
it looked like he said Burgundy Shirt is my uncle.
Is that, you think that's what he said? Unfortunately I cannot unmute this. I can't even trust this guy on a radio.
Don't do it.
Let alone,
yeah, don't do it.
Let alone a situation like this. I see Masvidal here pointing back to the situation. Get off of me.
Wait, that's my might be uncle, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, look, I'm gonna.
That's my uncle. Look,
job on the line.
My coach. That's
Okay.
my coach.
Oh.
All right, now turn it off. Turn it off.
No more.
Hey, wait.
Wait,
what are you doing there?
What do you mean? Oh well, I'm always in the middle of some sort of fight, so
that's my coach. So the coach, Can I just say this?
Yeah.
Shouldn't the coach be in better shape?
Well,
You know what? Of course. There we go.
he's got some hands. He's got some aggression. Who doesn't like a little scrap more than
Now
Jorge
he's
Masvidal?
smiling. It's all good.
Yeah, these guys are sick though. Moments like this, they
Hey,
thoroughly.
but you notice, look, ain't nobody really punching.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Look, let's go back to the throwdown initially.
Yeah, he punching.
Kind of got
He
caught with
punching.
it, I'm not gonna lie
But
to
no,
you.
but wait, watch. Look at the crowd get pushed back.
Yep.
Well, it's also the
There
chairs
goes-
that fell down, though.
No,
There
but look,
goes-
look,
Oh, what did this guy throw?
more cameras than fighters.
Yeah,
Look.
for sure. Camera, film.
Hey,
And
y'all
then
better
the
put them
stuff.
cameras away. You know somebody gonna get hit with a stray.
What do you think he threw?
Are you sure that Tobin wasn't in there and he's the one that caused this whole fight?
That's fair. It is not. It
You
cannot
know,
be
let me tell you.
confirmed.
First of all, you know the dudes with the dreads and the braids, they gonna fight.
Yeah, for sure. But Mario the plumber over here did a great job. I'm not gonna lie
Mario
to you.
the plumber.
He's still waiting on his calzone and his cannolis, but in the meantime, he served up a 2-piece. I give him credit for that.
Hey,
And
my
other
God,
fight
Coach.
news as well. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. The Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight has officially been rescheduled much later than originally anticipated. It will be in November now, November 15th at AT&T Stadium. It was originally
In
supposed to
Jerry's
be July
World?
20th. Yeah, Jerry's World.
They gonna put wow.
They're not filling up Jerry's World, though. There's no
Does this
way.
tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yes, Leroy. Does this newly scheduled?
Here. I have always been amazed at the violence in which Mike Tyson punches. Right?
Yeah. One
Like
of a
when you watch him work out, he is not to be played with.
Correct.
However,
Still very old.
though, his last few fights,
Yeah.
even with that,
Not great.
yeah, not great.
Not great.
So I just don't like. I don't know what to make of it. Right? Like,
well,
Jake
you
Paul-
still got
Jake
more
Paul fighting.
time to sit on it.
huh?
It's, you still got more time to sit and ponder as
Here's
we
the
have all
problem.
the way to November.
You
Here's the
got plenty
problem.
of time.
Yeah,
57 ain't getting no younger.
absolutely.
Well,
So we sitting here having these conversations, right?
And
Like
usually
he ain't getting no
cameras-
younger.
This guy's had an entire year to get ready at this point. Both of them. So at the very least, hopefully we get
wait,
them.
but it was postponed because of the incident he had on the flight, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, some
He
health
had a,
issues Mike Tyson was at.
He had a
He had like
ulcer.
a scare. Yeah, an ulcer
Ulcer.
scare.
Yeah, which is
I
like
don't know. That ulcer flared up on the plane.
I don't know,
It
man.
appears
That
so.
Because I gotta tell you,
leave
if I
that
got
out.
the bubble guts or anything going on there, we are making sure that we are clear for takeoff. Because once I
Yeah.
get in that plane, can't nothing happen in that bathroom.
Have you ever gotten bubble guts on the plane?
No.
Mm.
You know
You're
why?
lucky.
Because I don't eat like that. See,
Mm.
I don't know. When we get to the airport, I don't care how hungry I am, chips and Gatorade. Right?
Smart.
It's pretty
And
safe.
I don't go crazy with the drink the night before because we got to fly early in the morning. Right?
Soft.
I'm
Yeah.
soft. That's right. Soft. You know why? Listen,
Hey, don't call
Me-
Leroy soft.
me and my body have an understanding.
Yes.
I won't put you in that position. You don't let me down. That's it. I got know your body. I know there's certain foods that I put in my system that the turnover ratio is relatively quick, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not,
Taco Bell. Talk about you, Taco Bell.
I'm not doing that.
We love you.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing spicy. Right? I love my hot sauce. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. And it ain't gonna mess me up, but I'm not gonna risk it. Right? Like, no. And then if I
It's fair
ever
to say.
really want to really hold it for the whole flight, all I gotta do is go into the bathroom in the airport. And just how them random dudes is blowing that up, my body say, okay, we good. Let's go. We'll wait till we get home.
Comment here.
He said, I had a large iced coffee with cream, and what I did on board that plane was a crime against humanity.
We're gonna have to pull over.
An emergency landing just because of this.
We're turning the plane around. Somebody just committed a crime against humanity.
Wait, wasn't it last year where they had all those random incidents of like
I
poop
believe
on the floor?
Oh, some lady just took a dump because they would let her up because the plane was going down, and so she just went in the aisle.
Plane. It was oh my god. They referred to it as a biohazard issue. Delta flight returns after passenger has diarrhea all the way to the restroom.
There you go, that one.
Okay. Yeah, that was September.
Are you sure that wasn't the guy commenting or the person commenting?
I'm just telling you. I don't know how people, because here, think about this. You have to understand where I'm coming from. I have never, ever, ever, in all of my years of playing football, 2 years of high school, 4 years of college, 10 years in NFL, never had the number 2 during a game.
It's because you wore diapers.
No. No, you can see through all that. People know you wearing a diaper. What are you talking about? No, I just no. The people that can go anywhere, their body just like, hey, we got to go. Boom. No control over their body.
Yeah. It's I think less of a person that can go anywhere. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, come on. Like if you can't listen.
I'm not as bad as you, Leroy, but I do have a few rules for sure.
You can't listen. You can't. I've told you, dude, this is a true story.
Yeah.
I was dating a girl. We was down on Fort Lauderdale Beach. She was with her friends, right?
Yeah.
I gave her $100 bill. I said, I'll be right back. And I came back like I drove from the beach to Weston.
Crazy.
To Weston, right?
Yeah.
Took care of business, freshened up, drove back. She said, you went home, huh? I said, yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
You know the rules?
That was about an hour. That must have been at least an hour.
Did you ever see her again after that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, well, everybody know, like, you know me. Like, you, like,
I'm not judging.
I can't. No, I can't.
I'm judging.
I can't. Because, and then even if it was an emergency and I went into a bathroom, every bathroom I've been in public is so nasty that I just know. Like, come on.
There's a lot of hotels in that.
Listen, I'd rather be part of a scary movie than go number 2 in a public bathroom. That's more frightening to me than a scary movie.
Nice.
But like,
that is a scary movie for you.
Act in a scary movie or be a part of one without even knowing.
It means like a real
being a part of it without even knowing. Because I'm already for a big ass black dude, I'm kind of scary, right? Like, because I'll be in my jacuzzi like in the morning, like before I go golf, I get in there for like 15 minutes to loosen up, and I have them bushes.
Yeah.
And if them bushes move too violent, Leroy is out. I ain't even playing. I ain't playing. No. One time, no. How about this? One time.
So you didn't go check what's there?
No, that's what y'all do. One time I was in a jacuzzi, right? And I was in a jacuzzi, and a mouse or a rat or something just ran across the pool and went on to the other side. I said, oh, so we doing Rat Olympics. I'm out.
Oh, okay. That's all you needed to see.
Yeah, like this is crazy. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people that can do it. Right? Oh, I'll be back. I got to use the bathroom. I'll be timing your ass. Let me see.
What if you can't hold it?
15, 20 minutes? Then you probably ought to regulate your intake. You know what activates you.
Plan ahead.
Right.
Plan ahead.
Plan ahead. Right. I've seen bad
What if
things
it's
that look
something
like-
you've never had and it just instantly hits
I don't
you?
do that. I don't do that. We ain't
He
risking it.
That's him
Yeah.
I go
planning.
to one. I go one of them new restaurants, and everybody.
The
trying
only
new
way
stuff.
that you try something different if it's takeout to your house.
No, I won't even like see here. I used to go to this. I used to go to this Italian restaurant by my house, right? I used to order. So I said, you know what? Let's go eat there, right? And eating at the restaurant, if you like the takeout, is so much
Should be
better.
better. Yeah, it should be
So
better.
much better. Like I have a new appreciation for the restaurant because I ate there.
Yep.
Right now, we did sit in a booth that had us sitting like this, but that's a whole nother story. Like it was, the seat was out like,
Okay.
but the food was unbelievable. But I always go to the places I know what their food is like. If I'm gonna spend all that money, I want to know what I'm getting. I go to Capitol Grill if it's a special, occasion or something, right? If we just go and get something, I'll go to Chili's, right? I do the little Italian restaurant, right? But I don't, there's a little I go to Shuck and Dive. I do that. I got to do them oysters. Them oysters are delicious, right? And then Rustic Inn. I know y'all not familiar with Rustic Inn. It's
Nah.
right off of
None of the
Griffin on
restaurants that you
95.
have mentioned are by my household, so I've never heard of them.
That's because your whole area is centered around food trucks. Driving to your house, I saw 780 food trucks.
Town and country. When we come back, got a story I wanted your opinion on, Leroy. We'll probably push the trivia to next hour. Have a silly sauce filled final hour of the week. We got Dead to Me, we got trivia, and a couple more things to cover before we call it a week here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show live right here on 560 at WQAM. I want you guys to keep listening for your opportunity to win 2 free tickets. That is right, 2 free tickets. We got 3 pairs of tickets we'll be giving away this hour. Right after this segment, I'll send a reminder to make sure that I announce this one more time. We got a pair of tickets to see comedian Bert Kreischer in the Fully Loaded Comedy Festival at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm, June 15th. Also featuring Bobby Lee, Big J Okerson, and more. Keep listening to our show for details on how you could win. This is a Live Nation show. Now, all week, I've been telling you guys that we are in the purgatory of the sports world, meaning not too much things that we could potentially cover down here. So that had me looking for the next best thing, the next best sport. While perusing through my social media algorithm, I think I have found that next best sport. And I want your guys' opinion on what I think could be potentially the most dangerous sport. As of right now, if I were to ask you guys, what do you think is the most dangerous or violent sport in your opinion?
Hockey.
Fair assessment indeed. A game or
I would say rugby.
Fights. Rugby.
Oh, rugby is
Rugby for sure, but I want you guys to think outside of the box a little bit. You guys are.
Well, what about the slapping?
Okay, we're getting warmer now. We're getting
slapping,
warmer. We're getting warmer for sure.
The slap. Yeah.
Those,
you know what they had on ESPN?
What?
Pillow fighting.
Okay, you know what, Leroy? We're getting scorching hot with this, Leroy.
Are you serious? Please tell me what it is.
I saw pillow fighting.
That's
yes.
No.
You see pillow fighting, competitive pillow fighting. Definitely.
I would say the most vicious sport is bare knuckles fighting.
All right, look. You know what, Leroy? You're so on fire. I have to give you the answer now. The most dangerous sport that I have just discovered. You guys have heard of jiu-jitsu. Now I want to introduce to you car-jitsu. These two gentlemen right here in a car face off in what could be defined as the most violent sport. I'm starting from the beginning one more time because I think you guys need to see. I'm sorry,
is he being choked out by a seatbelt?
Okay, let's go ahead and get some. Let's go ahead and get some.
You know what? Whoever invented this
ain't got nothing to do.
Needs to stay home.
Wait,
look how they started from a seat.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is some white folks who do it. I'm amazed to see.
I don't know. We got Leroy Davis over here. We got Leroy Davis versus
and Q. He ain't white.
And we're started. Q Davidson immediately defends his seatbelt, but Leroy gets it unbuckled first and is now in mount. Q has his seatbelt all the way around the carotid. Leroy Davidson prides himself on fast seatbelt chokes, and it looks as if that's his plan. He's in a bad spot. Q Davidson is completely cut off from oxygen. He's got Leroy Davis in his lap in the passenger seat, and this, my friends, looks like a crime in progress. And somehow Q Davidson has removed the seatbelt from his throat, and he slid a knee in to create some space here. He needs to get out from under Leroy Davis, who has got the seatbelt against his throat again.
This is it, dude. Leroy
Davis, very creative, very inventive, and at Car-Jitsu Championship, he calls himself the seatbelt assassin.
The seatbelt
Q Davidson is very wily. He's hard to submit, but it's been done.
He's tapping.
And this is the
seatbelt assassin, Leroy Davis.
Who watches this?
Again. This is on ESPN The Ocho.
No,
I just imagine it is.
They ain't gonna never put on crimes, car crimes on TV.
Did you appreciate how professional that play-by-play was, though?
Yeah, the play-by-play. He prides himself on being able to get out of the seatbelt. My favorite is this.
Yeah.
Look how when they start, they both sitting like this.
Exactly. They're both
they just driving down.
And we're started. Q Davidson immediately
like. They're both like they got into an argument over what radio station.
Look how they sit.
Over what radio station?
Yeah, they're like Kiss Country, and then he's like, no, Power 96 has the throwbacks, and then before you know it, You notice how they both
look.
have the same technique. They go for the seatbelt. They both seem to go for the
Well, you
seatbelt
got to get out of the seatbelt is the whole thing.
for sure. But if you don't,
You're
like for
done.
example, or like it seems like Leroy gets his seatbelt unbuckled, right? So he gets.
So he does the opposite. He does front arm pull the other guy's strap.
Yeah, and then
Opposite
the other
arm
arm.
unbuckle your strap.
Guys,
Yeah,
they're just
so-
teaching us car safety. It's in
For
a
sure.
weird way.
If ever you're in a
I
very
like
tell
things
you,
that
wait.
can happen.
People ain't got
during-
nothing else to do.
This is-
And then wait,
it's a world championship.
when the announcer says, "Looks like he's got his carotid," like,
It looks like a crime is going on. He's got his artery.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
This is no, I don't like it. What if something happens to him during all of this? Then what?
Hey
What if
man,
he can't tap out?
it's a violent sport.
oh, he got.
If then he just goes sleep. He just goes to sleep. That's the same thing that Khabib and them do. They don't tap. They just go to sleep.
Look, I still
Bro,
stand by
what-
my
what
choice. Hockey is pretty dangerous because guess what? You can easily get bladed.
That's
yeah.
always gonna be
Yeah.
the one thing that separates it. The fact that they're sliding around on knives.
Hey,
Sharp
I
objects.
know, Raw Child. You right. You right. I was ready to
Bro.
call this an intangible event.
Yeah, but it looks like Leroy
And
is
you
the
couldn't.
world champion, dude.
Leroy,
Leroy is the world
you
champion.
go boy.
Like, yeah, I can't.
That's
I
it, dude.
can't. Like,
You know
yeah.
what? I'm not a fan.
No,
Wow.
no.
JFig is rats off a ship on that.
Super rats off the ship.
When we come back, we got a couple headlines we're going to run through. We're going to see if there's anything more that came out from this media day currently going on. We'll hear from the Panthers, anyone who may have spoken. I believe Sam Reinhart may have spoken already. We'll hear from more Panthers when we come up on this break here. And also, we have trivia, NBA Finals related, and Dead to Me on the other side. More on the Tobin and Leroy Show coming up next.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up. Brody came home, went to pick him up. Kill my mans, I'm riding with a pitch.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show, final hour of the program.
You know, this is a sample, right?
Yes, indeed. This is.
I don't know the name of the song, but don't look any further.
Don't look any further.
Tonight.
We've done pretty good with our
You
rendition.
guys are doing great.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
well, if he played the real song, JFig, you would not know the words because we don't know what the words are.
I can't.
I mean, I don't even remember what you guys are saying.
Oh,
exactly.
what's the name of that song?
I got this one is 2 Million Up by.
No, I
Peace.
know. No, I know.
You're talking about the one that was sampled, right?
Yeah.
Sample of Dennis Edwards. Don't look any further.
Yeah, but
Dennis-
that's not. They say don't look any further like twice.
Yeah.
Because it's very. That song is very similar to.
Oh, well, man, oh, now you know that's my.
That's a song. It's a good one.
What song? Munyon. I was like, what were we trying to figure out again? I couldn't even remember. Munyon. Thank God we moved away from that. I was tired of hearing Tobin.
Don't
sing.
looking for it. That's not Junior Mafia, dude. Oh my God. They sampled it too, but that's no.
That goes before them. Dennis Edwards and I don't think I pronounce this lady's name. Saida. It's Siedah. I don't know. Saida Garrett. Cydia. Who cares?
Sure.
Nonetheless,
yes.
Let's get to some headlines. These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Celtics had an outstanding performance yesterday.
How many threes did they end up making?
I was listening to Stephen A earlier as he mentioned that they hit they had a record in which 7 players had 2 or more 3-pointers. So
yeah, that's never gonna happen again this playoffs. Let's just be clear. Where 7 dudes hit 2 or more.
Yeah, at least 2. Yeah, that which
Right.
is he mentioned it was a record for sure.
That's why it's a record.
They shot 38% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, but they shot 1,000 of them.
They did. They shot 42. They made 16. So.
You know, think about this. You know what the record is?
What's the record?
For most threes made in a final
by a team?
Yeah.
Team.
I
Let's
think
see.
it's 26. And I think it's the Cavaliers.
Made in a finals against the Warriors. Trying to keep up with the Warriors, I'm assuming. Yeah, the Cavaliers in the NBA Finals 2017, they put up 24 3-pointers.
24. Okay.
That's crazy.
The Heat and the game that the Heat won, they broke their playoff record, was 21.
Yeah.
So that's what Al Mac said. I know the record for misses.
Oh man. What is the record for misses?
0-27, the Rockets.
Oh man, that's a record obviously clearly I just forgot it, but that's one of those that, like 28-3 with Atlanta. Right. Certain numbers are always gonna sting in that regard.
Right.
It's easy to keep up with our show and everything happening in sports. The Panthers in the Stanley Cup final, Dolphins, Heat, Inter Miami, Marlins, and more. Download the free Odyssey app and you can listen to us live or on demand. Be sure to make Tobin and Leroy your favorite show. Speaking of that, Leroy, is it okay if I get a weather report from the Besman and Dover Law?
Another one?
Yeah, 2 for the day isn't bad. Your accidentattorneys.com, free consultations 24/7 at 866.
Old people don't like
Don't make her get up. I'll tell you right now, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, it's a lot less cloudy now.
What do you mean? Over here,
it's
dark
and
outside.
the winds aren't that strong. That's the thing that is scaring me a little bit.
All right, I'm getting conflicting weather reports.
You have now, the clouds you're gonna have later. But it is slightly moving. The winds are like nothing's moving, dude.
All right.
I'm still gonna say the winds are coming out of the west, but it's hard to tell because nothing's moving. Still partly cloudy. This is the time of year where the clouds and the humidity and the heat collect over the course of a day, and then it usually dumps out west.
It's hot and it's gonna rain.
It's hot, it's muggy,
gonna happen.
and we got the Everglades right there. That's just creating moisture.
So
it's really bad here. Like it's gonna pour.
Are you out west considered, right?
Mhm.
Are you more west? Yeah,
I'm west. I'm west.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If I look east, it's kind of clear. If I look west,
You want me to tell you what the Gulf does here?
Yes.
The
It has gotten to the point that this time of year, okay, if you were to golf, you golf in the morning out west and in the evening east. Because it would usually rain, more likely to rain out east in the morning with the clouds coming in, right? And depending on how strong the wind is, usually it collects coming off the Everglades right over West Broward, West Dade, and West Palm Beach.
Well, Leroy, you seem to be very knowledgeable about the weather.
Yeah.
Are you knowledgeable about the NBA Finals? That is what we'll find out.
I can do it.
JFig, Leroy, 1v1 face-off, head-to-head showdown. Coming up next, we got Trivia NBA Finals Edition right here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. It is a Silly Sauce Friday live here on the Odyssey app. After we finish this trivia, I will be giving away 3 pairs of tickets to go see Bert Kreischer. That's right, 3 pairs of tickets to go see Bert Kreischer at the I Think Financial Amphitheater June 15th. Gonna have a few people with him: Bobby Lee, Big J Okerson. We've been talking about it all week. Finally, time to unload the rest of those tickets. But before we do, let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for.
I look at the excitement on JFig's face.
Yeah. She looks like
I'm trying to focus on 2 different things.
seems like she's Googling
So
answers.
excited. No, I'm doing the newsletter.
She's cheating. Oh, the newsletter. So happy that we're doing. Now let's get to question number 1. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
Wilt Chamberlain set the record for most rebounds in an NBA Finals game. He accomplished this feat not only once, but twice. This was for the most rebounds in a game. How many rebounds did Wilt Chamberlain grab in that one game? Was it 32, 34, or 40? How many rebounds? One game. 32, 34, or 40? Remember, he did this twice as well.
40 sounds like a damn lot.
Yeah, rebounds one game. If he were to get 40, like that's almost like one a
I'm
minute.
gonna go 32.
Again, the options are 32,
He puts 2 numbers right on top of each other.
34, and 40.
I'll say 34.
34. And Leroy, which one are you going with?
32.
He just
32. All right. The correct answer: most rebounds in an NBA Finals game happened twice. Same guy, Wilt Chamberlain. He collected a whopping 40 rebounds.
Get the hell out of here.
40 rebounds.
I feel like you're lying.
It sounds like I am. Anything with Wilt Chamberlain sounds like someone's
Right.
lying. So
I mean, he was the only tall guy.
really didn't make sense to me.
That's like when you have the tall guy in high school and the coach says, "Hey, big fella, you think you can give us a couple of rebounds?" And he could barely walk. Everybody had the tall guy who could barely walk in high school. He grew too fast. Right. Seriously, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I had a guy who was 7'2". We were in the 11th grade.
You guys ready for question number 2?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 answers. We picked the 2 wrong ones.
Yeah, right. You guys did not do great with that first one. We're gonna give you guys the names now. The youngest players to win the NBA title. The youngest player, I should say, to win an NBA title. Now, not the MVP, and, didn't even have to have a significant stake in the team as well, but just the youngest player to ever win an NBA title. Is it Magic Johnson? Is it Darko Milicic? Or is it Tony Parker?
I think it's Magic Johnson because Magic Johnson did his rookie year and he was 19. Darko, I don't even remember him winning a championship. And
Steal of the draft.
And Tony Parker, I don't know. I don't know how old the European, because they can come over.
Did he play
Tony
over?
Parker was young. If he came to San Antonio, he could have also won really early. So right now it's between Magic Johnson, Tony Parker. I'm trying to think. Magic didn't win right away. He didn't win his rookie year. No, yes, he did. You know why? Because I remember the skyhook.
Yes, he covered for Kareem.
He had to play 4 positions that one season.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna go with Magic.
All right, Magic Johnson is the selection for Leroy. JFig, you have Magic Johnson, Tony Parker, or Darko Milicic, youngest player to win an NBA title.
Leroy narrowed it down a lot. And I want to say Magic, but just because he picked Magic, I'm going to go ahead and pick Darko.
Darko, wow. So no Tony Parker then.
Oh my God, he didn't even play. I said that's what I said. Magic was 19. I know that.
No. Well, the correct answer, and by the way, Magic, when he won the title, by the time he won the title, 20 years old.
Oh, he missed. He didn't go his rookie year, second year.
So therefore,
that means it's either Tony Parker or Darko. It's probably Darko because nobody even remembers him playing. So he was just young, sitting on the end of the bench.
The correct answer is Darko Milicic.
How old was he? 19?
18 years old.
18 years old.
He was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. That was in the 2003 draft where the Pistons.
And he was out of the league by 2004.
They drafted Darko
number 2, right? He was the second pick.
I think he was the third pick or something like that. Darko Milicic draft. If I'm not mistaken, he was drafted ahead of Dwayne Wade, ahead of Chris Bosh, ahead of Carmelo Anthony. Let's see, second pick.
Yeah, second pick.
Yes, indeed.
Who was number 1 that year?
LeBron.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right.
So they went through all. Holy smokes, Detroit.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that
Carmelo, D Wade? You picked the only Hall of Famer the only non-Hall of Famer in the top 5.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Not good at all. Dwayne Wade would have been drafted second. But this is how it would have went had everyone drafted appropriately. LeBron James still would have went first to Cleveland, but Detroit would have drafted Dwayne Wade. And mind you, Detroit already had that defensive lineup of Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton. Dwayne Wade would have just meshed nicely with them as well. But third, Denver Nuggets probably would have picked Chris Bosh, and Toronto would have been the one picking Carmelo Anthony. So a different fate for sure had things gone a different way.
That was crazy.
Darko Milicic, 18 years old when he won that. That was
man, you know what I hate about that?
What?
When you say he won a chip, we assuming he contributed.
Yeah, I don't even think he stepped foot on the court. If I'm
right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey man,
right.
I don't make the rules, I just design the questions.
All right, so JFig has one.
JFig currently leading.
If I ask her to spell Darko, she could.
Whoa, why are you lashing out on me?
Question number 3. Spell Darko Milicic.
Don't want to.
All right. Now, this one is, I found this very strange when I read this, but it makes sense in retrospect. This NBA player auctioned off his first NBA Finals ring. This NBA player no longer has it. Auctioned off his first NBA Finals ring.
That was no, I already know who it is.
It was wrong, whichever one you think.
No, it was Kobe.
It was who?
Kobe.
Zaslow.
Kobe is number 1. Zaslow is number. No, okay. Kobe is option number 1. Kobe Bryant, option number 1. Option number 2, Shaquille O'Neal. And option number 3, Hakeem Olajuwon.
I think it was Kobe.
Auction off first championship ring, first NBA Finals ring. Options again are Kobe. Second option is Shaquille O'Neal. Third option, Hakeem Olajuwon. Leroy says it is Kobe. Why are you so emphatic with that Kobe answer? Do you know a story?
Now, he didn't do it, but didn't his wife do it?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that still counts technically. So
yeah. And it was not too long ago.
JFig, auction off first Finals ring. Who you got? Kobe, Shaq, Hakeem.
Trying to say, should I listen to Days?
You know what? I gotta cover this chat.
Okay, fine. I won't listen to him. I'll do beat
Shaq. All right. She goes with Shaquille O'Neal. Pair of Lakers there. I see. Pair of Lakers, and let us see. Auction off the first ring. The correct answer is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Technically, that came to me because
But didn't Kobe's wife just do it?
Potentially. I can Google that now, but I know that Hakeem definitely did with his first ring because men are forbidden to wear gold in the Muslim faith. Yes. So to compensate him, the Houston Rockets, when they won their second championship a year later, made his ring completely out of platinum. Make sure, hey, buddy, why don't you hold on to this for a little bit longer, huh? Why don't you hold on to this one a little bit longer?
It's amazing to see athletes go through like Ramadan.
Yeah, for sure. The fasting. And stuff
my goodness.
Yeah, that is definitely a lot. Now, the last buzzer beater in the NBA Finals. The last buzzer beater in the NBA Finals was over 20 years ago. Now, Michael Jordan was the person who executed this. Do you know what year the last buzzer beater in the NBA Finals was?
20 years ago?
More than
wasn't
20.
playing. More than 20. That's like 30. Do I know when he did it?
Yeah, what year the last buzzer beater in the NBA Finals was?
Hold on.
I can give you the options, or you can just
Please give me the options.
Give me the options.
All right, the options are: was it in 1996? Was it in 1997? Or was it in 1998?
They won championships those 3 years, right?
Yes.
It was 1997 because the last 2 years they played Utah, and I want to say it was the first championship, Game 6, where he pushed the old boy out of the way. So I think that was the first one. It's either 97 or 98 because it was against Utah when he pushed boy by, and you see the shot all the time.
Yes, and you're admitting it was a push off. That was a buzzer beater though, or was that like 0.7 seconds left?
I mean, the other buzzer beater, he passed the ball to somebody else.
Oh, Paxson or something like that.
Or Kerr. Paxson or Kerr.
All right.
Oh, there was still time on the clock for that one. That wasn't a buzzer beater. Okay, so wait, let me go back. Boom, boom. Got to be 96.
I'm gonna say 96 because you're out here saying you were saying 7 and 8. No,
96.
No,
whoa. No, wait. I was thinking out loud.
No,
They said there was still time on the clock. That wasn't
I was
a
gonna
buzzer
go whatever
beater.
you were gonna say.
No, it's got to be 96.
I'm still saying 96.
Well,
that was my first thought.
Because I know he had a buzzer beater against Craig Elo against the Cavs, but that wasn't the finals.
In the nearly 80 year, in about 80 years of existence since the NBA's inception, only 5 players have ever done the impossible in a game with the title on the line. Michael Jordan, of course. It's not shocking that this would happen, and he'd be at the forefront of that. The correct answer of what year the last buzzer beater in NBA Finals history was 1996. 7.
No, they had time on the clock.
7
They had
games.
time on the clock. You guys lied to me. I broke it down. I broke it down days off. You told me it was still time on the clock.
Oh, dates. Sal, this is why you guys can't cheat.
I can't do the exact play.
You know, when you're cheating, the only person
the
you
exact
You're only cheating
play.
yourself.
He pushed the guy back and made it. We see the play all the time.
Can we have Tobin record that?
Byron Russell. Byron Russell was in 98.
We need to check our
rough.
sources.
With 9.2 seconds to go, and the score tied at 82. Utah Jazz superstar power forward Karl Malone had 2 free throws to potentially ice the game. He missed both of them, opening the door for the best player in the world to do what he does best. On the next possession, Jordan isoed on the left wing and made his move from just inside the 3-point line. Number 23 hit a shot at the buzzer to win the game. Chicago went on to beat the Jazz in 3 of the next 5 contests, securing a 5th championship. Rough. Dade South costed you the
Byron
game.
Russell was in 98?
Maybe he was. Let's find out. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember the shoe that he was wearing, I believe, was a 13s. And I believe that was in 98. Let's see. Byron Russell, that was his name?
Yeah.
Push off. I just put in Byron Russell push off to see if they'd give me the year. That was the 1998 finals.
Okay. All right. So I got the right play, wrong year, but I talk too much. I talk myself out of the right because I knew it was against Utah. But I got the years mixed up.
Yep, you did. You did indeed.
Damn.
All right, you guys ready for the final question worth a bajillion points? Right now, JFig is in the lead. I think she's leading by 1, correct?
Yeah.
I don't like it being a bajillion
Because Darko.
points.
I'm going to lose a bet because of Darko.
Because of Darko, okay?
That's the only thing he ever won in his life.
I'm basically Darko.
No, you're Lido.
Oh! hey! Give this man a point!
Point for Leroy!
Perhaps my outside's okay.
That was good. Now, there is...
We got rare, we got medium, and well done.
Wait, but Tobin's whiter than I am.
Is he?
Well, is
Yeah. He just
he's a little bit after you. He's like medium rare.
That's because he spends his time at Peanut Island, but he's whiter than me.
I don't know, JFig. You looking very, very like
it's the ring light.
Okay. All right.
And my email. Sorry.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right, you guys ready for the final question?
I guess.
This one again for a bajillion.
No, it's not. Go.
All right. All right.
I'll take my point away.
Right. Robert Horry, John Sally, LeBron James, and Danny Green are all the only players to have won a championship with 3 different teams. Which of these is the only player to win multiple championships with 3 different teams?
Robert Horry.
Robert Horry, John Sally, LeBron James, and Danny Green are the only players to have won championships with 3 different teams. Which player has won multiple championships with multiple teams?
Robert Horry, he won 2 with the Rockets. He won 2 with the Lakers.
All right.
And he won.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Wait. Hold on.
No, okay.
No, because Robert Horry has 7 championships.
Yes.
And the Spurs. Boom. 3 with the Spurs. Robert Horry.
All right, JFig, even though Leroy has talked himself
Is stating facts
into a pretty good argument.
That's facts.
He's stating facts, so I have to listen to him. That way I
This
can
is
still win.
Not sure if you guys really understand the concept of a competition game show here, Leroy, as you continue to work this out. Leroy's
He's like writing down the problem, and
No,
I'm
he's
just
right.
getting
No.
to the answer.
I'm just thinking about, listen, if I can talk about the answer in my head, then the multiple choice won't matter. Which I did the previous question. Then you gave me multiple choice and screwed me up.
I feel like Leroy's at a math competition. He's like, well, if you carry the 1, guys, clearly right here, then it seems like.
Hey,
yes.
go ahead and tell the people I'm right.
The correct answer is indeed Robert Horry.
Which means I win because I had a point ahead of you.
Yeah.
JFig wins by 1
Hey.
point. Oh, this one was
And the way
close.
to tailgate. She just tailgating.
Tailgating
No, I'm
is
not.
good.
Tailgating.
Look,
Right?
you showed your work, and I had
No,
to go ahead
no, yeah,
and
okay.
copy it.
All right, look, this one, real tiebreaker on the way out. Who has the most rings out of all the people listed here?
Robert Ory has 7.
All right. We know that Robert Ory has 7, so I won't say his name. There are a bunch of random names here. Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, John Havlicek.
Havlicek.
Yes. Who has the most rings? Michael Jordan, Kareem, or
Easy. The answer is Darko.
Darko.
Ooh.
Jay makes
So,
his Darko Milicic. I may give her the point.
I'm gonna have to say Jordan because I think Jordan because I think Kareem only has 5 or 6.
I'm gonna listen to Vlad and say
Havlicek. Oh no, let me take this back. Havlicek got damn near 10. He got damn near 10.
Okay, all right.
Because he was with the Celtics when they were with Red Auerbach and they won like 8 or 9 in a row. Havlicek. What about Havlicek?
Yes.
What about Havlicek?
Do we still have that?
I didn't even hear what JFig's answer was. She said something about Vlad. What was Vlad saying?
Vlad said Havlicek. What about Havlicek? That's right, Havlicek. I forgot the old Celtics when hardly no black people played.
Very true. Bill Russell, though, king over there.
Yeah.
The correct answer is indeed Havlicek.
He
What
has
about
8.
Havlicek? Havlicek again. I mean, gives JFig the win then. I feel like both of you guys are doing weird things in regards
He
to
has
this.
8, right? He has 8.
Yes, he does. Kareem
Yeah.
also has 6, by the way.
Kareem has 6. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And there you have it. The winner of NBA Finals trivia is JFig.
Oh, because of Darko.
Darko.
If Darko came over to your house and delivered an Amazon package, you would not know who the hell that was.
Darko.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by
You're dead to me.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show. Final segment of the weekend. Time to look around and determine who or what is dead to me.
You're dead to me.
Leroy, do you want to start us off? And he's not here, of course.
Leroy just walked out.
Will be last on our list because I like hers a lot. We'll go ahead and get into mine. Mine is pretty simple. Although they provide a lot of entertainment for us and are always doing what they can to expand the game. Gotta be honest, NFL, you're dead to me, dude.
You're dead to me.
How dare you schedule a game in Brazil with the two teams that can't even wear green? Why pick green teams to go to Brazil and put them in harm's way? There's so many different teams that you could have picked. There's so many different uniforms. You chose stupidly to pick the two green teams and put them in harm's way just to expand the game to Brazil. And you know how those games really are. You know when teams come to Hard Rock Stadium and we're like, oh, look, PSG is coming to the stadium. And we all mention it, but do we all really even go? And
yes,
then
they go.
You see them, though, in Messi jerseys, or you see them in the Ronaldo jerseys, even though none of those players are on the field. It's all a gimmick to earn more money. And the least you can do is take the time to determine what color can this team wear without me, I don't know, causing a kerfuffle overseas in Brazil. If Josh Jacobs gets kidnapped because of you, NFL, I'll never forgive you. With that being said, NFL, for your poor decision-making in this Brazilian venture, I got to admit, you're dead to me. Leroy?
You're dead to me.
Who's dead to you?
So I am all for electric cars. I think they're cool as hell, right?
Yeah.
But let me explain something.
Can't relate.
Here's who's dead to me. The people that do the auto drive and get in the fast lane and they're just sitting there while people behind them trying to get around them. Because, you know, faster traffic, if there's faster traffic, you're supposed to pull over. But because they doing hands-free, they don't move and they got a line behind them.
Yeah.
So I pull in front of them and slow down. So it cuts off and then speed up and we all go around them. But for doing that in the fast lane and thinking everybody got to abide by your rules, you're dead to me.
Yeah. That's fair.
You're dead to me.
So you're already flexing on me with the auto drive. Get in the correct lane.
No, this what all you got to do. All you got to do is you pull in front of them, you go around them, you pull in front, and then you slow down. It disengages.
No. There you
and
go.
Then they got to put their hands on the steering wheel.
Life hack: how to ruin a Tesla's driver's day.
No, it's just like why should I be subjected to your driving rules?
Fair
right?
enough.
If you're in the left lane and somebody behind you is going faster, I don't give a damn how fast they're going. You get over and let them go. There's signs all over South Florida that say, slower traffic, get right. Does anybody read those signs?
No, it's Miami.
Yeah, right.
JFig, who is dead to you?
Guys, I've been so excited to present this to you since
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah.
You guys already know I love AC/DC.
Yes.
Yes.
we do.
Which is why I'm wearing the shirt.
Yep.
AC/DC.
Yep.
And one of my favorite singers is on tour with AC/DC currently in Europe. And one of the most craziest metal things happened this weekend.
Okay.
And may have been probably one of the most metal things since Ozzy Osbourne, really.
Somebody ate a bat.
Jesus. Okay.
Look at some baby spoon. Okay.
From work.
So I am going to present to you a video that I've liked for you to see
Somebody ate a bat.
of what exactly happened during this
what's
show
metal?
while
What?
one of my favorite singers is performing. And before I show you this video, keep in mind this is Cindy Lou Who,
Ah,
The Grinch.
yes, from Grinch.
which is what you guys may know her as, but I know her as Taylor Momsen from The Pretty Reckless.
All right.
I'm really excited.
So if you're saying this is the most metal thing since Ozzy Osbourne, it's got to be
Yes.
serious.
Okay, so basically, I feel like she's just like a long lost daughter of his because they're just so similar in a sense. So this is a video of her singing "Witches Burn." So look closely at what's happening.
It's still there.
He has no idea that there is a bat that flew.
What? Just
And she didn't even notice?
a
No,
bat?
let's do this
First of all,
one more
I've
time.
never seen a bat during the day. It glides over to her thigh
I
and
thought it was going to go up in her nether regions.
Grabs onto her dress.
And she doesn't even notice?
She has no idea she's finishing the song. She thought she really
killed it.
She killed it, which, by the way, she did. That's an amazing song. One of my favorite songs. And she had no idea. And the crowd was trying to show her that something was wrong.
When did she figure it out?
So here you go. Here's another video of this occurrence.
You guys are pointing at something, and I don't know what you're singing.
Wait for it.
There's a flying bat on my leg right now. Can someone help me, please?
She's kind of digging away better than me.
He's so calm.
I must really be a witch.
Look at all of the dudes. Look at this dude. He got napkins.
Yeah, what are you going to do with the napkin in the back?
Muy profesional, ¿eh? Gracias.
So wait,
Yes.
who's dead to you? The bat or
The bat, because now my girl Taylor Momsen has to go through, I think, a whole month or more of rabies shots.
Oh no.
Oh, they still give her the shot. She got bit? Because remember when Manu killed the bat, they had to give him all them shots.
Well,
Yeah,
from
she has to go
JFig
through a bunch of shots just to make sure she is good and in the clear. And the funny part was that the show after that, AC/DC decided to prank her. And on the stage, right before you get on, there is a sign that says that has a bat and has like a cross over it that says "No bats allowed."
No bats
And I
allowed.
thought that was just really great.
Okay.
There you go. Bat is dead to her.
Yeah.
This week is dead to us.
You're dead.
Tobin will join us next. If you want those Bert Kreischer tickets, you can call us now, 305-567-0560. Get your Bert Kreischer tickets. Hockman and Crowder coming up next.
For the ones who know safety is